welcome to Game 3 of Day 2 here from Billings, Montana. Aaron Poling, Jace Andrews. Jace, this is going to be an incredible matchup between the team out of Fort Collins, Colorado, and the team from Cheyenne, Wyoming.
Yeah, Cheyenne, the former champions last year, obviously trying to go back-to-back, and, well, they got themselves into a tough spot in day number 1, lost to Eugene, but yesterday showed their strength. 8 runs on the offensive side, allowed just 2. Now it's a chance for them to play a team that was in the 1-0 game last night against Alaska, Fort Collins, and Fort Collins, for them, it's going to be an interesting aspect facing a Cheyenne team whose offense has been unstoppable a lot of the year.
Yeah, for the team from Fort Collins, they gave themselves an opportunity last night to come back in that game. They got the tying run all the way to the plate, were unable to get them around, but their offense woke up after showing day 1 where they won 1-0.
Yeah, it was a very much expected time. We talked about it on the pregame show yesterday, and I'm sure we'll talk about it a lot today, but Cheyenne's offense has been their motor all season. That's the way they've gone. Not to say their pitching isn't good, but the way they win ball games is by scoring runs, as you do in every baseball game, and, well, Cheyenne has no shortage of that.
Yeah, Cheyenne's going to be an interesting situation as it is not expected that one of their hitters, Corey Williams, made a fantastic play yesterday, also got the win on the mound, is probably not going to be available for today's game after an injury, but what a catch that was. That's one of the big storylines from that game.
It's always tough because you want to go out and your instinct is to make the catch. It was a foul ball, and it was a sliding catch. He bit it into the wall. A great catch. I'm sure it helped boost up his squad. The problem is it was an 8-0 ball game at the point, so it's hard to see, but I'll tell you what, I guarantee you the guy who was cheering loudest in the dugout, it's going to be Corey Williams because, man, he wanted that ball. He wants this championship.
Absolutely. His presence will be felt for this Fort Collins team bouncing back after a game where their offense got going a little bit more, and, you know, Day 3 of the tournament, the bats are starting to wake up, but still, pitching has really ruled this tournament so far.
Yeah, especially for Fort Collins. They allowed no runs in the first game, 6 yesterday against Alaska, which sounds like a lot, but considering Alaska had scored 8 the day prior, well, you can take 6 runs, especially when 2 of those came in 1 inning. It's a interesting aspect for Fort Collins because they've got some pitching depth, but now we start to see truly how much depth you actually have because from day 1 and day 2, you expect to see 2 starters. You get to day 3, that's where the real money comes into play.
That's going to be a question for all these teams here on day 3 as these 2 teams battling to continue to play into the semifinals. Loser goes home, winner moves on to the Northwest Regional semifinals. When we come back, we'll have more from you from the Union broadcast booth as we want to thank Ready for their help with this presentation.
Ready has provided safety and excellence in the industrial construction and support services since 1982. We have the crews and equipment for hydro excavation, dirt and equipment hauling, as well as produced and potable water hauling. We also offer septic tank cleaning services, portable toilets, and roll-off dumpster rentals for facility shutdowns, on location or for your next outdoor event. Call us today to discuss how we can help with your next project. Interested in joining our team? Visit ReadyUSA.com. We are ready.
Foot pain can make even the simplest things a struggle. Dr. Chad Brady is a foot and ankle surgeon who listens to your concerns, offering a variety of solutions to get you back on your feet and out of pain. Dr. Chad Brady can help you get back to the life you deserve. Don't let foot pain stop you from living your life. Schedule an appointment today. Dr. Chad Brady, Uinta Medical Group. Call or schedule online at evanstonanytime.com.
Let's stop into Mountain West Business Solutions to see what Randy and the team are up to today. Randy is printing out testimonials from satisfied customers. Let's see what some of them say.
Bar none, the best customer service in the industry.
Mountain West has been perfect for our business needs.
We simply could not survive as a business without Mountain West Business Solutions.
For all your equipment, printing, and software solution needs, Mountain West Business Solutions. 866-583-9925.
And welcome back inside the Union broadcast booth as Game 2 of Day 3 is about ready to commence between the Cheyenne team out of Wyoming and the Fort Collins team out of Colorado. The Cheyenne Sixers will be the home team today, as it'll be the Colorado team at bat first. And Jace, it is an elimination game for the Sixers. They've faced elimination yesterday for Fort Collins. This is their first time facing elimination. Do you think that really is going to have an impact on these two teams? I mean, obviously Cheyenne, you get one more game used to elimination, where Fort Collins, this is their first time their back's been truly against the wall.
Yeah, I think it does. I mean, if you look at the game earlier today, guess who won? It was the Billings squad who had to play an elimination game yesterday. That's not to say that, you can't bet on Fort Collins, because they've been exceptional in this tournament. They had a phenomenal pitching performance in Game 1 against that Billings squad, allowing no runs. Yesterday, they ran into what has been the best offense in the tournament thus far, the Alaska team out of service, and so going to be interesting to see. And everybody knows what the Cheyenne squad is capable of. And you talk about how their backs are against the wall, and they had that loss and had to come into the elimination bracket. People don't forget that the reason they're in the elimination game is because they faced Eugene, and the pitcher they faced is a kid who's committed to Oregon State. And they still got 2 runs off him, but they allowed 3. I mean, there's a lot of external factors in that and why they've been in the elimination games rather than in the winner's bracket.
And, we talked about good pitching. These two teams, second and third here in Billings, Montana, with ERA, as Fort Collins comes in with a 2 even ERA. Cheyenne comes in with a 2.15. So these two teams, their pitching staffs have gotten it done so far. The matchup today will be Coy Preeb taking on Marcus George on the mound, as we'll get some more on that later. Beautiful day here for some baseball. Elimination game. Winner moves on to semifinal Saturday. Loser will go home. When we come back, we will have these starting lineups for you as you're watching a Ready Services presentation of the 2024 Northwest Regional Tournament online at mylocalradio.com, all a part of the My Local Radio Sports Network. It's providing safety and excellence in industrial construction and support services since 1982. We are ready.
Farming requires working with the right equipment. At Covelo Auto Farm Service, you will find the right size tractor, tractor accessories, cattle chutes, and calf corrals for all your farming needs. Covelos has all your auto needs as well. From fluids to belts to protection for your hands, they've got you covered. Covelos also offers a service center for your truck and tractors in one convenient location. Covelos is your one-stop farm and auto shop. Stop in and see them today at 80 Reese Road in Lyman. Covelos Auto Farm Service.
There are 3 things you can always be sure of when you get your tires from Freeway Tire in Evanston. First, they offer a price match guarantee on any published price. Second, whether you're driving across the state for a sporting event or you're just driving around town, you can feel confident knowing that you have top quality tires that have been installed by tire experts. And third, you're always appreciated by the owners and staff at Freeway Tire. It's reflected in the friendly service you receive every time you visit. Freeway Tire, quality tires and great service. Stop in today, 217 Bear River Drive, Evanston.
When you have an appointment with the dentist, it's reassuring to know that you're going to be seen by experienced, well-trained professionals. At Bear River Dental in Evanston, Dr. Lester, Dr. Owens, and Dr. Welch check every box. Plus, they're really nice people. Their passion to provide excellent dental care is reflected in everything from state-of-the-art equipment to professional, hard-working staff. Choose the professionals at Bear River Dental, serving patients of all ages. Call today to schedule an appointment.
Welcome back inside the Union broadcast booth. Everything else is just internet as we prepare for game 2 of day number 3. Winner moves on to tomorrow. Loser will be eliminated. We will talk about the potential matchups as the pairings are going to be set and determined by the winner of this game, just because you cannot play a team twice. Each of these teams has played a team in the winner's game tonight, so we'll touch on that more later. But leading off for the team out of Fort Collins, Colorado, it'll be Jude Miller, as he will play center field. Oliver Stanovich will be the catcher, batting second. Shortstop Dylan Rubenstein will bat third. Caden Saunders will play left field, batting fourth. Colton Beetleman will play second base, batting fifth. Easy Campos will play third base, batting sixth. Coy Preeb, the pitcher, will bat seventh. Van Worman will make his debut at the plate in today's matchup, playing first, batting eighth. And Caden Bate will play right field, batting ninth, as they will face the starting pitcher from Cheyenne, Marcus George. As Marcus George will toe the rubber for the Sixers, let's meet the defensive alignment behind him. His battery mate, Braden Camarade, behind the plate, making his debut behind the plate in this tournament. From left to right across the infield, Mason Tafoya, Cade Coates, Colin Creselius, and Hayden Swain over at first. From left to right across the outfield, Ethan Reisdorfer, Nolan Horton, and Braden Pearson, as that is the defensive alignment that will line up behind Marcus George. As we are about set for first pitch, Marcus George, of course, He pitched in the Wyoming State Tournament as he won his game against Gillette, a game that the Sixers were able to 10-run the Riders in the state tournament that clinched their spot in Championship Day in Wyoming, as he is typically the Sixers team's number 3 guy as he's pitching here on day 3. He is about ready to go. Jude Miller's ready to go as he steps into the batter's box. He'll bat from the right-hand side. George into the windup. The pitch is a first pitch fastball at 84 miles an hour on the off the plate outside. First pitch comes at 3:58 p.m. for a 4 o'clock scheduled start time, as we're getting started just a couple minutes early. As George holds the waist, works from the windup, kicks and deals the 1-0. Popped up right side as Crecelius a couple steps into the outfield puts that one away for out number 1. 1 up, 1 down to start the game, as that'll bring up the catcher, Oliver Stanovich. Comes in batting .250, 1 for 4 overall in the tournament.
Seen a lot of times how pitchers take a little bit to settle in, so very important for not just this Colorado offense, but on the other side, Cheyenne, to just compose themselves in the first inning. Well.
First pitch to Stanovich is behind him, ball 1.
Not what I expected. That was a good breaking ball. It almost broke around him because the catcher, he caught it.
The pitch misses outside, 2-0. Stanovich has been on base 1 time, has an RBI to his name as well in the tournament. And the count 2-0 here. The pitch that's tipped off the glove and back into the netting, 2-1. Marcus George working from that the third base side of the rubber. There we go. As he holds the waist into the windup, the pitch. Fastball dotted on the outside corner for a strike.
84 miles an hour on the gun there. Has definitely seen some powerful pitching, and it says 84, but it looks a little faster than that coming out of the hand.
Seems like it explodes at the plate, kind of moves back in on the batter's hands. The 2-2 misses high, 3-2. Stanovich pretty good at bat going here. On deck is Dylan Rubenstein, the shortstop. Looks in, gets the sign into the motion. The pitch misses high. 1-out walk for Stanovich as he'll take his base down at first. They'll bring up Dylan Rubenstein, runner on first. 1 out here, top of the first inning. And we've seen a lot of times in this tournament with some of the pitchers, especially the ones that have gone on to win games, you have to get to them in the first inning sometimes. Because when these pitchers have settled in so far in this tournament, Jace, they have really, really shut the door.
Yeah, you can even go to the first inning of last game. There was a combined 3 runs scored.
First pitch misses for a ball, 1-0. Rubenstein, the shortstop in today's contest, comes into today's matchup hitting .200, 1 for 5 in the tournament. Of course, averages are a little misleading, 2 games into a tournament. George comes set. Holds at the belt. The pitch. Popped up right side. As Crecelius, a busy man, puts that one away for out number 2.
A couple of pop-outs, both to him. And you mentioned getting to people early. We'll talk about it more in the top half, or rather bottom half of this inning, because Cheyenne has definitely been a team that attacks early on you.
This is Caden Souders, the left fielder. Runner on first, 2 down in the inning. As George works from that third base side of the rubber. Comes set, holds the belt. Delivers the first pitch. On the ground, that is wide of the third base bag. Foul. Third base coach down there skipping out of the way of that one, kind of pointing out into center field saying, hey, hit that one that way. But pretty quick feet down there from the third base coach.
Yeah, that hopscotch practice paid off today.
He's probably an infielder in his day.
I'm sure he has.
Got some infield footwork right there. George comes set. Holds the belt. Delivers the 0-1. Runner goes. Pitch misses high. The throw down. Not in time. As Stanovich swipes a base. Now runner at second base. 2 outs in the inning. I really like right there going with 2 outs. Trying to get that runner over into scoring position, because if you get thrown out, you just restart this at bat.
Yeah, it's not that big a deal, especially with your 4 slot. You're like, all right, worst comes to worst, we lead off with our 4.
And
And now you get somebody with base hit, could score him.
Say best case scenario now, an opportunity to put a run on the board to start this inning. The pitch. It's a curveball that misses high. 2-1. And obviously that curveball slipped from George, so take what you will from the speed gun rating, as that one was 63 miles an hour, which means that his curveball nearly 20 miles an hour slower. But I think if he snaps that one through a little bit, he probably gets a little more velocity on it.
Like 68.
But yeah, that's kind of the difference right now in the range of speeds with Marcus George on the mound, as that's kind of what the hitters are battling against with those change of speed, as George is going to step off.
Yeah, 2-1 here. Probably expecting a fastball at the plate.
Yeah, if you get one, you have to be ready for it if you're Souders. As George checks the runner at second. Kicks and delivers the pitch. He gets that fastball, but it's a perfectly placed fastball in the outside corner. 2-2.
It may have been a two-seam or changeup. It clocked in at 77, which he's been throwing 84, but also when you try and locate, sometimes you underthrow it and change the speeds and sometimes throw off the hitter. Didn't look like have any movement, though.
It's a great pitch to make it a 2-2 count. Comes set. Fires away. Misses high.
Back to 82 with that one.
And, even if you do take some off your fastball, it's not the worst thing in the world. Remember back to Justin Verlander. For a while, he used to settle in at 91, 92, and then when he needed some more in the tank, he'd ramp up to about 97, 98. And that's a different way to change the approach against the hitter. It speeds him up, slows him down. 3-2 the count, 2 outs, runner at second. Top of the first inning for this Fort Collins team. The pitch misses high. Great at bat right there from Caden Saunders. Is now runners on first and second, 2 down for Colton Beetleman. Beetleman at second base today, comes in batting .429. That batting average is good for tied for 8th. He comes in today's contest. He's picked up 3 hits. First pitch misses high, ball 1.
Yeah, he's got that left-handed side of the box that he gets to use to his advantage here with a righty on the mound.
Tafoya at third, playing deep. Obviously, with 2 outs, you're not expecting a bunt with runners on. If there is a bunt, be trying for a hit, try to advance everyone. George looks at second, comes set, the pitch. That misses high, 2-0. Yeah. This Fort Collins team, they're being very patient early, taking what's given to them. Had some really good approaches at the plate. A couple of walks here in the inning where they were able to battle the count to 3-2. 2-0 the count as Beetleman back in the box. George comes set. Delivers the pitch. Called for a strike on the outside corner, 2-1. No score yet on the T7 Propane scoreboard. As Beetleman steps back into the box, we are in the top of the first. Opportunity for the Fort Collins team to get on the scoreboard early. There's that first and second, 2 down. The pitch misses high, 3-1. 3-1 the count. As Beetleman back into the box. George looking to find the zone early, struggles a bit here. Holds at the belt. Kicks and delivers at 3-1. Fastball dotted on the inside corner, 3-2.
Big pitch, but with the runners going, a base hit could score for sure 1. You get in the gap, there's potential for 2.
Absolutely. Big pitch here early on in the game. 3-2 the count. 2 outs. Top of the first inning. George holds at the belt. He's going to step off. Now, it's a good job by this Fort Collins team driving up the pitch count early. As George comes set. Kicks and deals, a 3-2 pitch. Misses high, ball 4. 3 walks here in the first inning. As this is not the bat you want to see at the plate in this Fort Collins team. One of the hottest hitters on this team, it's Easy Campos, as he is 3 for 6 with a pair of doubles. Not only doubles, Jace, doubles that were probably about 5 feet combined from being home runs.
Yeah, he had a ball yesterday that hit off the base of the wall against Alaska. In day one, he had a ball about midway up the wall, maybe a little bit higher than midway up the wall. So a couple of doubles that were not cheapies.
Early action in the Cheyenne bullpen kind of shows how important this game is as Keegan Pryor heads down to warm up. Early mound visit, and sometimes for a pitcher in a tournament like this, it might not be your day. If the Sixers can get Pryor going early, maybe you can get George out of there, and he'll still be available for tomorrow. But if you're the Sixers, I think you want to try to ride Marcus George through this game.
If he can get out of this inning, I mean, still no runs have come across, but this is a big batter to get. But
George will look from the windup. The pitch misses high, ball one.
You said it. The first inning is when to strike because a lot of times pitchers will settle in. So big thing, if he can get this out and get out of here with no runs, see what happens from here on out.
Fell behind Campos. He steps back into the windup. The pitch. It's popped up, fouling out of play. This pitch was at the top of the zone. As Campos made to help Marcus George out a little bit right there. 1-1. Campos had the lone RBI in game one. In fact, that was the game-winning RBI.
Yeah, I was about to say, not only the lone one, but with the shutout, they won.
I was going to say that was lone in the whole entire game to the 1-1. Swing and a fly ball out towards left field. Reisdorfer a couple steps out to his left to make the play as Marcus George dances out of a bases-loaded jam here in the top half of the first inning. Fort Collins loads him up, but leaves him loaded as we'll head to the bottom of the first. You're watching a Ready Services presentation of the 2024 Northwest Regional online at mylocalradio.com. We are ready.
The perfect mix of different ingredients can create the most delicious creation. Successful people have the ability to bring many different individuals together who work, collaborate, show kindness, use problem-solving skills, and include each individual's talents and gifts to create new inventions, compose beautiful music, and find ways to make the world a better place. At Uintah County School District Number 1, we work together every day to promote student success. Uintah County School District Number 1, Pathway to Excellence.
Ready has provided safety and excellence in industrial construction and support services since 1982. Our experts self-perform all phases of construction on new or existing structures, such as site excavation, access road creation, concrete foundations, welding, and the installation and maintenance of piping, tanks, metal buildings, and more. Our turnkey services will have your facility operational quickly and safely. Interested in joining our team? Visit ReadyUSA.com. We are ready.
Welcome back inside the Union broadcast booth. Everything else is just internet. We head to the bottom of the first inning. Let's meet the Cheyenne lineup as Mason Tafoya will lead off playing third. Landon McAnally will DH, batting second. Nolan Horton will play center field, batting third. Hayden Swain will clean up, playing first. Braden Pearson will bat ninth, playing right field. Ethan Reisdorfer will play left field, batting sixth. Cade Coates will play shortstop, batting seventh. Braden Camarade will be behind the plate, batting eighth. And Colin Creselius will round out the starting lineup as he is at second base today, as they will face the pitcher Coy Prebe, as it's his first appearance on the mound here in Billings. We'll get you the defensive alignment behind Prebe here in a second, as Tafoya steps into the right-handed batter's box. Prebe, he's going to step off. Interesting note on Tafoya. He got hit twice in game one, as that broke a record for hit by pitches. The first pitch outside for a ball, 1-0, as Stanovich lunges to his right to make the play. Left to right across the infield, Easy Campos. Dylan Rubenstein, Colton Beidelman, and Von Workman from left to right on the infield. That pitch misses outside. Caden Saunders, Jude Miller, and Caden Bate from left to right across the outfield as your defensive alignment for the Fort Collins team, the 2-0. Called for a strike at the top of the zone with an 81-mile-an-hour fastball, 2-1.
You talk about getting on the board early. The Cheyenne squad, 10 runs combined in the tournament. 8 of them have come in the first inning.
Comes set, the 2-1. Swing and a miss at a fastball on the outside corner, 2-2. Preeb works from that first base side of the rubber. Working exclusively from the stretch, holds the belt, the 2-2. Called! Strike 3 by home plate umpire Josh Henwood for out number 1. Cole Pryor at first, Cameron Bornstead at second, Nick Stevens at third. As we move into day 3, it'll be a 4-man umpiring crew for the games today, as we bring up Landon McAnally.
Yeah, probably 4 umpires from here on out, given there's going to be a max of 3 games today, then 2, then 1 for sure, possibly 2 on Championship Sunday.
First pitch to McAnally, misses inside. 1-0. As pitching has been the story for these two teams so far. Second and third in ERA here in Billings at this tournament, the 1-0. Misses inside, 2-0. McAnally hitting 167 right now, has a hit in the tournament. Scored a run as well. Comes set, the pitch. On the ground, down the first base line, foul as that looked like that clipped the foot of McAnally as he's going to take a walk around the plate just to shake that one off, 2-1. 2 on the count to McAnally. Kick some dirt. He's going to step back in. Never a great feeling.
No, we saw in the game, I think they won with one of the Billings squad. Had a guy fell off his foot, ended up being removed from the game later.
Brief comes set, the pitch. Lifted out of play, 2-2. In fact, that game was against this Fort Collins team.
Right.
As it kind of shows how dominant their pitching has been. You get a pitch that's barreling in at the bottom foot of a left-handed hitter. The only thing they can really do is foul it off their foot. Comes the 2-2 pitch. Misses low as went off speed there. Pretty good take by McAnally on a pretty good 2-2 pitch.
Yeah, a tough one there. Inside part, you obviously fouled one off your foot, so you don't want to swing, but it's dropping fast. Lots to think on the plate.
The 3-2 pitch. Misses inside as McAnally draws the 1-out walk. Pretty similar start to how the top of the inning started.
Very much so, and now if you're Cheyenne, take advantage of the walk.
Nolan Horton will come to the plate. He's batting .286 with a pair of hits so far in the tournament. He'll bat from the right-hand side. Stanovich behind the plate, pretty good arm. See if the Sixers decide to run. That one's on the ground, left side. Rubenstein moves over to his left to make a fine play to get the out at second base. As it'll go down as a 6-4 fielder's choice. Pretty good play as he didn't have much time. Was able to get the ball out of his hands quickly for out number 2.
Yeah, he had to make the quick move because he wasn't going to get it to first in time, so his only play was second. But with the speed of McAnally, he had to get it there quick. He does exactly that.
That'll bring up Hayden Swain. He's batting .429 in the tournament. He has 4 RBIs to lead this Sixers team. He'll step into the batter's box. First pitch swinging on the ground to Rubenstein as that gets by his glove as Horton's going to hit the bag at second on his way to third, and he is in safely. As Swain will reach on the E6. That'll bring up Braden Pearson with a runner on first and third. 2 outs in the inning.
Tough time there for the shortstop. It's kind of a low ball. It's a tough one to get on a hop. Goes right underneath them, and now you got runners on the corners, and for a pitcher, it's always tough because you're responsible for picking up your guys behind you, but you're thinking as that ball's on the ground, okay, I got out of the inning, and now you got to reset your mindset. 2 outs, though. You need 1 pitch, 1 out to get you out of here.
Both teams are threatened here in the first inning. Pearson batting .400 in the tournament, has 2 for 5. First pitch misses outside, ball 1. On deck is Ethan Reisdorfer. 4, 5, 6 hitters by average have been the best hitters so far for the Cheyenne team in this lineup today, excuse me. Of course, for Pearson, it's going to be big for him to step up as this is the monumental size hole in the lineup that is left by Corey Williams after he made a great catch yesterday. The pitch outside, 2-0. I just haven't got to see him yet today, but the way he kind of went crashing to that wall, Jace, makes sense that he's not in today.
Yeah, it looked like a tough time. Had to be helped off the field. Couldn't put too much weight on it, so just want to make sure he's okay at this point.
2-0. Breaking ball misses high, 3-0. Interesting situation here, Jace. 3-0. Runner in scoring position. Now, do you give Pearson the green light here?
No. Not going to walk him.
Doesn't matter if you give him the green light. He's going to first.
You asked, he gets the force. I'm like, well, there's your answer. There is no green light. They didn't want to waste a pitch, and they knew.
No, that's smart.
It's smart.
Yeah.
That's just good, great timing there.
This brings up Ethan Reisdorfer. It's an RBI in the tournament, looking for more. Pitch out is on the outside corner for a strike. 0-1. Bases are juiced. 2 outs in the inning. Comes set, the pitch. Swing and a miss at a pitch off the outside part of the plate. 0-2. Preeb 1 strike away from dancing out of the jam. Both teams had the bases loaded in the first inning. Fort Collins were unable to scratch one across. Preeb 1 strike away from the same. The pitch that's lifted out to right field. Bate is going to come in a couple of steps and put that one away for out number 3 as the Sixers load the bases but can't push one across as we head to the top of the second inning. You're watching a Ready Services presentation of the 2024 Northwest Regional Tournament online at mylocalradio.com, all part of the My Local Radio Sports Network.
At Uintah County School District number 6, each student is important. Each student has different interests. Each student has unique talents and areas for growth and development. We love and appreciate each student, and we work hard to make sure we are meeting the needs of each student so that when we all come together, we create a powerful school district filled with individual students headed for success. Uintah County School District number 6 in Lyman. It's a great day to be an Eagle.
WattSmart is Rocky Mountain Power's energy efficiency program. WattSmart provides rebates to residential customers for energy efficiency upgrades made around the home. Devices and appliances that use electricity in your home can usually be made more efficient, and that can save you money and energy. When you decide to make upgrades, we have rebates available for you. Visit wattsmarthomes.com today.
Welcome back inside the Union broadcast booth. Everything else is just internet. In the middle of a Ready Services presentation of the 2024 Northwest Regional Tournament online at mylocalradio.com. Ready Industrial Construction and Support Services. Interested in joining our team? Visit readyusa.com. We are ready. Is a big thank you to them for being our presenting sponsor here at the Northwest Regional, as this has been an incredible tournament so far. Coy Preby, Vaughn Warman, and Caden Bate do up the 7-8-9 hitters here in the top of the second. First pitch of the inning on the way. There's a fastball dotted on the outside corner for a strike, 0-1.
It'll be interesting in both cases because both sides left the bases loaded, how these pitchers respond. And Martin George gets the first one.
Second pitch is outside. 1-1 the count. Was a pretty good breaking ball. Good take there from Preeb. As George works from that full windup into the pitch. Fouled straight back. I just kind of wonder if maybe Marcus George was overthrowing just a tad bit in that first inning, as he was sitting around 84. A couple of those last fastballs in the low 80s. You know, it's a 3-mile-an-hour difference, as sometimes as a pitcher, you're so amped up in this situation, you throw a bit harder, but it's harder to control. As that one is just off the plate outside.
And everybody in the stadium on the left side for Cheyenne thought that was strike number 3. Catcher was about ready to do the throw around, and it's ball 2.
It's a good take there by Preeb. As George looks in, gets the sign, and it'll wind up the 2-2 pitch. Breaking ball taken as Preeb check swings. They're going to check. He's going to be relieved by the first base umpire, Cole Pryor. 3-2 the count. As George into the motion, the pitch. Ball 4. That's the 4th walk surrendered by Marcus George so far in this contest.
Yeah, I think you may be right about the overthrowing there. 83 miles an hour. I don't mind the high fastball, but not with a 3-2 count. I'd rather you do that with a 2-2 count. Also, probably should get a little lower as well. It's too high.
George, so far, 4 walks in the game. It's the 4th base runner to reach for this Fort Collins team. Still come set. The pitch. Misses high. 1-0.
Good news is he hasn't allowed a hit.
Yeah.
Bad news is 4 people have reached.
You know, sometimes as a pitcher, when you're kind of missing around the zone the way he is, it can be effectively wild where it's tough to hit because you don't know where the ball's going. Comes set, delivers the 1-0. Strike on the outside corner, 1-1, especially when you miss 2 pitches in a row high above the zone. Then you dot a fastball at the knees down and away. As a batter, that's really tough because you're looking high, looking up, and then suddenly you get one dropped at your knees.
Yeah, and in some ways, you want to go out there and tell them about these walks.
Come set. The 1-1. On the outside corner for a strike, 1-2.
Because I guarantee you go out there and say, hey, you've allowed 4 base runners. They've all been walks, though. Besides that, you've been great. Just get in the zone. I mean, you trust your defense behind you. He's been great besides just a little erratic at times.
And for a hitter, you know, you go up to the plate, you see that last batter walked. You want to go and be patient. Misses outside, 2-2. But the problem is if you're patient, he still has found the zone a couple of times, enough times to be able to be effective, and now suddenly you're behind the count with 2 strikes already.
Yeah, it's kind of a double entendre of it's good to be wild at sometimes, but obviously the 4 walks aren't what you want.
Cubs said he's going to throw over to first. Back in time. Is Preeb. 2-2 the count. George looks in, gets the sign, holds the belt. Kicks and delivers the pitch. Breaking ball called. Strike 3 on the outside corner for out number 1.
Yeah, that's just an excellent pitch there. He had seen fastball, back-to-back pitches. Go with a curveball that just drops in on the outer part of the zone. Good luck.
Well, let's see if George can use that to help himself settle down a bit. As both pitchers have had bouts of wildness here to start the game. The pitch misses high, 1-0. You know, it just kind of tells me that a lot of fastballs are missing up, that sometimes you're just not quite finishing the pitch. I like going to the breaking ball because that's a pitch that forces you to have to finish it if you're going to throw it anywhere near the zone. The 1-0 misses high, 2-0. This is Caden Beatty, the 9-hole hitter. Jude Miller in the leadoff spot, due up next. Preeb over on first. He drew a leadoff walk. I remind you that leadoff walks score about 80% of the time in the game of baseball. The pitch off the plate outside, 3-0. And see, this is an example of why it's been tough to hit off of George right now. He dots 3 fastballs and a curveball, or 2 fastballs and a curveball last at bat. Hasn't been able to find the zone here. Comes set, the pitch. Strike called on the inside corner, 3-1.
Yeah, it's tough for the pitching coach. He's like, oh, well, you're doing great, and it's kind of working out for you, but, man, I wish you could just throw strikes the entire time.
Yeah, it's something that kind of grays your hair quickly. Comes set. The 3-1 pitch. Misses high, ball 4. 5th walk of the game for this Fort Collins team as here comes Cade Coates to the mound as they're going to talk with Marcus George. Just real quick, give him a deep breath as running around first and second with 1 out in the inning.
Yeah, that's been a big conversation. Go up there like, hey, we got your back behind you. You don't have to strike every guy out. Just get them hit the ball. We'll get you. Promise. You got a defense behind you. We're ready to go. Throw strikes. Pitching can sometimes feel like a lonely spot, and a talk like that is like almost kind of an awakening. Like, hey, you got a whole team around you ready to go.
Yeah, the Cheyenne team fielding at a 907 clip. The pitch Breaking ball misses down and away. It's a good stop behind the plate by Kamerad. 1-0. Have to wonder. It's on first and second if things continue to go the way they are. How short the leash is. As George comes set. Delivers the pitch. Misses high, 2-0. Yeah, there's some shuffling going around in that Cheyenne bullpen. As Pryor looks like he's heading back down to the bullpen. George holds at the belt, kicks and delivers the pitch. Misses high, 3-0.
So you just got to take a deep breath, get back in the zone. You're a pitch away with a double play to get out of this inning for Cheyenne.
Georgia holds the belt. Checks on that runner at second base. Kicks and delivers a 3-0 pitch. Misses for a ball. That is the seventh walk of the game. As Jude Miller will take his base. That'll leave it up to Oliver Stanovich. He walked his first time up.
Well, and for Colorado, it's big time here because you had the bases loaded last inning with 2 outs. Weren't able to come away with anything. Now you got your top of the order up. It's your 2-hole. Go out there, get something going.
It's a good mound visit there from Kamerad. I know he did last at bat, but one, it gives George a chance to settle in, calm down. It also gives Pryor a couple more opportunities to throw in the pen. It's Oliver Stanovich with the bases loaded, 1 out in the inning. The corner infielders are in at third and first. Middle infielders back trying to turn that double play. Into the windup, the pitch. Misses for a ball, 1-0. It's now 9 straight out of the zone. So you have to imagine if he loses this one via the walk, this will probably be the last batter. The pitch. Misses high, 2-0.
Yeah, Edge cannot find the zone right now. You got to just settle in, and he's still overthrowing 83 miles an hour. We saw that 77-mile-an-hour fastball. Just got to get one of those in the zone. Corner infielder's in.
You have to throw a strike and live with the result at this point. You can't allow the run in on the walk. The pitch misses high, 3-0. Keegan Pryor down in the Cheyenne bullpen trying to get warmed up as fast as possible. Hat tip looks like he's ready to go. The 3-0 misses high, ball 4. And even if Pryor's not ready to go, he's coming into this ball game as a walk for Oliver Stanovich, his second of the game, drives in a run as he has an RBI to his name in this contest. Corey Preeb will score. We're going to take a quick break. As you're watching, we're going to make sure we get the pitching change first. Indeed, we will. As you're watching a Ready Services presentation of the 2024 AA Northwest Tournament online at mylocalradio.com, all a part of the My Local Radio Sports Network.
The perfect mix of different ingredients can create the most delicious creation. Successful people have the ability to bring many different individuals together who work, collaborate, show kindness, use problem-solving skills, and include each individual's talents and gifts to create new inventions, compose beautiful music, and find ways to make the world a better place. At Uintah County School District Number 1, we work together every day to promote student success. Uintah County School District Number 1, Pathway to Excellence.
Ready has provided safety and excellence in industrial construction and support services since 1982. Our experts self-perform all phases of construction on new or existing structures, such as site excavation, access road creation, concrete foundations, welding, and the installation and maintenance of piping, tanks, metal buildings, and more. Our turnkey services will have your facility operational quickly and safely. Interested in joining our team? Visit ReadyUSA.com. We are ready.
Welcome back inside the Union broadcast booth. Everything else is just internet. As now Keegan Pryor into the game. Bases loaded. 1 out, top of the second inning. Fort Collins on top, 1-0 on the T7 Propane scoreboard. And, you know, we talk about the struggles on the mound. Tip your cap to the Fort Collins team as they're taking what's given to them. They're not being overly aggressive. And getting themselves out. They're forcing pitches into the zone, and because of that, they're on top 1-0.
Yeah, they've done a good job about just creating good ABs, and that's what they've done all tournament. They've been the team that really forces you to pitch. We saw that against the Billings squad in Game 1, saw that against Alaska, and it kind of took a while, but they ended up getting 3 runs in that game. 2 of them came late, but still, the fact of the matter is they know how to work a good AB, and in this aspect it worked as for Georgia, it was just a tough time throwing strikes, and they took what they got.
This is Dylan Rubenstein. He'll come up with the bases loaded, 1 out in the inning.
And that's a big point because you come in as a pitcher, fresh off, not really feeling the vibe of the game. You know the bases are loaded now with 1 out, and you don't want this to get too far out of hand early.
Hey, welcome to the game, and welcome to the game quickly. You get the 3-hole hitter with the bases loaded and 1 out here in the top of the 2nd inning. Big moments in this one as the Fort Collins team can really break it open. First pitch from Pryor. Off the plate outside, 1-0. Pryor looks into the windup, the pitch. Popped up right side. As McAnally goes out into the outfield grass, he gets his 3rd putout of the game as make that Crecelius, my apologies, as he'll get his 3rd putout. Put that away for out number 2. And that's a big out because not only do you get the out, nobody advances.
Yeah, a huge time there with the pop out. Now you can have the infield go to their normal depth everywhere on the infield and just look for that final out.
This brings up Caden Souders. He walked his last time up. Pryor into the windup, first pitch. Breaking ball outside, ball 1. If you're Camarade behind the plate, you have to understand if you're going to call for that breaking ball, you have to be ready for it in the dirt. Bases loaded, you need to knock it down. Pryor into the windup, the 1-0. Swinging a miss at a fastball top of the zone, 1-1. Souders still looking for his first hit of the tournament, and what a time for this Fort Collins team for it to come, the 1-1. Breaking ball, called, strike at the knees, 1-2. As that's a big pitch in a 1-1 count, you steal a strike with that curveball.
It's a big time pitch, and now looking for another one here with 1-2.
It's Pryor. Looks in, gets the sign. Into the windup, the 1-2 pitch. Breaking ball, called, strike 3 on the outside corner as Pryor comes in, shuts the door, gets both outs that he needed to get out of the inning. As Fort Collins puts a run up on the board, they lead 1-0 on the T7 Propane scoreboard as you're watching a Ready Services presentation of the 2024 Northwest Tournament online at mylocalradio.com.
High school sports. We love it. We support it. We're your #1 fan. Trona Valley is your local credit union, and we're proud to invest in relationships that go far beyond banking. We're proud to invest in the lives of our young members and their love for sports. You are champions in our community, and we're here to support you all the way, on a court, on the field, or elsewhere. Together, let's develop lifelong successful financial habits. You're awesome. Trona Valley, member NCUA. TronaValley.com. We're here for you.
The strategic plan for Una County School District Number 4 states, through collaboration with the entire learning community, our mission is to instill problem-solving skills in our students that will translate to a rapidly changing global environment. We work to accomplish this by constantly improving student achievement, improving student academic and behavioral skills with a district that operates efficiently and effectively. Uintah County School District Number 4, excellence in teaching, opportunity through learning.
Welcome back inside the Union broadcast booth. Everything else is just internet. 1-0 on the T7 Propane scoreboard as we're in the middle of the 2nd inning of a Ready Services presentation of the Northwest Regional online at mylocalradio.com. All part of the My Local Radio Sports Network as Ready Services providing safety and excellence in industrial construction and support services since 1982. We are ready. Well, this will bring up Cade Coates, the shortstop, batting 7th, followed by Camarade and Crecelius, the 7-8-9 hitters. First pitch, off the plate outside, 1-0. As Preeb, this is a big opportunity for him on the mound. If you can shut the door, get your bats back to the plate, and keep a little bit of momentum on your side. The pitch, that's popped up on the infield as Rubenstein calls for it. He's going to put that one away for out number 1. 1 up, 1 down to start the second inning, as that'll leave it up to Braden Camerad.
Preeb here needs to come out and get a quick inning for Colorado as you get that top of the first run or top of the second run, and now you want to come out, shut the door. Listen, saying I'm here and kind of assert the dominance, and especially after you had the bases loaded in the inning prior.
Come set. First pitch to Camerad. Swinging and a miss at a fastball in the inner third, 0-1. Interesting game so far, Jace, as Camerad steps back in the 0-1. On the outside corner for a strike, 0-2. 1-0 Fort Collins. We've already seen 9 runners stranded on base, yet no hits.
Yeah, that's kind of an interesting stat. Thanks, baseball.
The pitch misses just below the zone, 1-2.
Pitchers continue to try and hit that spot. It's just been tough.
Preeb will come set. The pitch popped up behind the plate. Stanovich discards the mask and makes the play for out number 2. So bring up Colin Crecelius, the second baseman. With 2 outs, nobody on here in the bottom of the second inning. Crecelius will bat from the right-hand side as Preeb comes set, holds the belt, kicks and deals. The pitch misses outside, ball 1.
I said Preeb here, this would be a big-time slot to get a 1-2-3 inning.
He's got the 2/3 of the job done, the 1-0. Fouled straight back, a 1-1. Preeb working from that third base side of the rubber. He'll come set, fires home, the 1-1. Misses outside, 2-1. As the wind's starting to blow out towards left field. Earlier today, a home run. That might have been the furthest one of the year. Unfortunately, the track man that's down to our left, we don't have that open or available. Pitch misses, 3-1. Pretty good at bat here for Crecelius. If you can get on base, now suddenly the top of the order is hitting with runners on. But that home run, you were able to call that in game 1. That ball was crushed.
Yeah, it was launched over everything.
3-1 pitch is a strike on the outside corner, 3-2.
Bounced off the concourse in left field and then went to the street.
There's not a lot of room between the end of the concourse and the road. The 3-2 misses high. Ball 4 as Crecelius draws a walk. Good at bat for the Sixers out of their 9-hole, as that'll bring up Mason Tafoya with a runner on first. Nobody out in the inning.
Man, Preeb was hoping for strike 3 there. He threw it and felt confident, took a step off the mound, and the only opinion, it was a ball.
You know, we talk about the amount of walks that George has through an inning in 2/3. That's now 3 walks, 1 though being intentional. As that one gets away, Crecelius is going to move down to second. As now 1-0. As now the Sixers have that tying run in scoring position with 2 outs here in the bottom of the second inning. One of them being intentional, but you did fall behind 3-0 to that hitter.
You did. Whenever it's 3-0, I never consider it an intentional walk anymore.
Come set, the pitch. On the outside corner for a strike, 1-1, as that fastball is planted at the knees.
3-0 is just the best choice to walk him. It's not intentional at that point.
Especially if they have the base open. Come set, checks on Crecelius at second, the pitch. On the outside part of the plate for strike 2. 1-2 the count. And if you're Preeb, if you can locate a fastball that's about 6 inches further outside than that last pitch, probably a good 2-2 pitch. He tried that right there. Tafoya just gets rid of it. 1-2.
That outside part has been a place where pitchers have loved to go with 2 strikes. I'd be curious, though. You've thrown 2 out there. You try that breaking ball again down.
Preeb comes set, the 1-2. It's on the ground, left field side. That's through for a hit As Casilius hits the bag at third, he's on his way home. He will score as Mason Tafoya's 2-out RBI single ties the ball game at 1 on the T7 Propane scoreboard.
That works too.
It's a great piece of base running there by Casilius, understanding the situation, as that was a slow hit ground ball through the infield that was in the perfect spot to get through to the outfield. Good effort by Campos and Rubenstein as they almost were able to knock that one down. So bring up McAnally. First pitch swinging, foul back, 0-1.
Well, and they both understood that this is not about getting the out. This is about saving that run, and they just put their bodies out there trying to stop the ball, and they couldn't get there.
Yeah, if that ground ball's to the left or to the right about a foot, it's probably knocked down on the infield. Casilius doesn't score, but he was off with two outs. He was off on that, off on contact. He's able to score. So now we're tied at 1. Throw over.
Ooh.
Safe, as that's actually the first hit of the ball game.
Yeah. I was sitting here, and it was 1-0 game. I was like, there is a shot, not a big one, that we could have a no-hitter on both sides and a team would win in 7.
Tafoya's going back. Safe.
Oh.
Just got his hands in. That was a perfectly timed pickoff move there from Preeb, as he went as Tafoya kind of skipped over. When his feet were in the air, he turned and threw. Tafoya was able to scamper back just in time. The 0-1 on the ground down the first base line, foul, 0-2.
Well, and Preeb using the frustration to his way as he chucked that fastball in there, and he was frustrated he didn't get that out. Yeah. There's been twice now where he's took a step toward the dugout in this inning.
You just got to bounce back.
Oh, you're a pitcher. Pitching
Absolutely.
is the hardest mental game in all of baseball because things happen that you just can't control. And, you got to go out there and just make every pitch count.
Preeb comes set, holds the waist. The 0-2. On the outside corner, strike 3 called to end the bottom of the second inning, as that is now the second punch-out of the game for Preeb. As we head to the top of the UNTI Envision third, you're watching a Ready Services presentation of the 2024 Northwest Regional online at mylocalradio.com, all a part of the My Local Radio Sports Network.
When participating in sports, there's always a lot to talk about performing at the top of your game. I'd like to expand on that and ask, how about performing at the top of your game in every part of your life? This is Dr. Todd Hoover with Hoover Chiropractic. I offer solutions to help improve all aspects of your game called life. Pain management, migraines, allergies, emotional release, nutritional supplements based on blood tests, and improved athletic performance. To help you perform at the top of your game every day, call today to schedule an appointment in Evanston or in Kemmer. Hoover Chiropractic, 307-789-0043.
It's the best feeling when you've had a long drive and you see your hotel, the Come On Inn, Casper. That means your day just got better. At the Come On Inn, you have lots of options. Unwind in the hot tub, go for a swim, relax in the beautiful atrium, and sleep in total comfort. Centrally located, the Come On Inn is close to everything. In the morning, start your day with a delicious breakfast. Top it all off with an amazing, friendly staff who is always glad to see you. It doesn't get better than that. When you're in Casper, always stay at the Come On Inn.
Welcome back inside the Union broadcast booth as Keegan Pryor starts his first full inning of work. As that pitch is on the outside corner for a strike, 0-1. We could officially shut the door on the day for Marcus George. He goes an inning and a third, allows no hits, 1 earned run, 7 walks, 1 strikeout. As Pryor, looks like it'll be his game from here on out. Pitch misses high, 1-1. It brings up an interesting strategy point for the Sixers team, as you have to win to get to tomorrow, but you also need as many arms as you can the rest of the way. Breaking ball hit back up the middle, and that is through for a base hit. That is a great piece of hitting there from Colton Beetleman, as he'll reach base for the second time today. Run around first, nobody out in the inning.
Hit it right back where it came from. That's all you need to do.
So bring up Campos. Pryor looks and gets assigned Campos. Flew out to left field to end the first inning. Pick off over to first base. Beetleman back in time. For this Colorado team, they're going to hope this doesn't come back to bite them, but they've already left 6 men on base. As Pryor comes set the pitch. Breaking ball called for a strike, 0-1. Sixers offense right behind them as they have left 4 men on base. As both these teams, Jace, they've had opportunities to score, just haven't been able, outside of the 1 run, they have left some men on.
Yeah, bases loaded for each of them when they got straight in the first.
The pitch. Breaking ball misses outside. 1-1.
Colorado then followed it up and straight the bases loaded last inning as well. So
in theory,
it's been a tough time
for both of these teams. If you keep getting runners on, eventually you're going to come through.
Ball will find a hole soon enough.
Campos is going to call timeout. But runner on first for Campos and his power. You're definitely in scoring position over there at first, as he's crushed a couple of balls in this tournament. The pitch, breaking ball, swing and a miss. 1-2.
Dropped in there, perfect pitch. 1-1. You, as a batter, don't really know what to expect, and goes with the curveball.
1-2 the count. Runner on first. Nobody out in the inning. Kicks and deals. The pitch. Line drive, that's slicing foul down the first base line, 1-2. I'd like to let you know that we've talked about a lot of really good pitching throughout the entirety of this tournament, that on this day in baseball history in the year, we'll get to that after the pitch, on the ground and through for a base hit. First 2 men reach as Fort Collins gets their first 2 hits, back-to-back at-bats, as that'll bring up Coy Preeb trying to help out his cause on the mound.
Yeah, he is a pitcher. It feels nice to come out here and be like, oh, I can help myself out here. I'm going to try and do that. We're going to get this done. May use him to bunt, too, with nobody out and runners at first and second.
But you know, on this day in 1976, John Candelaria became the first Pirate pitcher in 69 years to throw a no-hitter in Pittsburgh by blanking the Los Angeles Dodgers 2-0. Nick Maddox pitched the first no-hitter in 1907. As a no-hitter came at Three Rivers Stadium, no Pirate had ever thrown a no-hitter at Forbes Field, as that was the first one in Forbes Field history. It's Pryor in a bit of a jam, comes set as Preeb back into the box. Very fitting. They bring that up as the 2 pitchers face off on the mound and at the plate. 1-1 the score on the T7 Propane scoreboard. As Pryor comes set, holds the belt. Kicks and deals the first pitch. Misses high and inside, 1-0. Nobody out, runners on first and second. This Fort Collins team looking to retake the lead, as they led 1-0 after an inning and a half. Pryor comes set, kicks and deals the pitch. Breaking ball, line drive into left field for a hit. Reinsdorfer charges. He's going to get to that ball pretty quickly, and that's going to keep the runner, Beetleman, at third, as now bases loaded, nobody out in the inning.
They continue to load the bases. Goodness.
And, you know, for the Sixers, this isn't quite the way you want to live, as we're going to get a pinch hitter here, as this is Ben Hooper, as he'll pinch hit for Van Wormen. This Hopper we talked about yesterday is one of the hitting talents on this team, and Fort Collins sensing the urgency of this situation, nobody out, got a big, strong kid at the plate. If you can get a fly ball to the outfield, you have the lead, and you know, you're hoping you can do more than that, but bases loaded, nobody out. We talked about if you keep getting runners on, eventually the levee's going to break, and let's see if that happens right here. Pryor's going to work from the full windup. Into the motion, the pitch. Breaking ball on the ground to third. Tafoya Fields comes home for 1. Comrades relay to first in time. A 5-2-3 double play turned by the Cheyenne Sixers, as the twin killing leaves it with second and third. with 2 outs in the inning. What a play by the Sixers infield.
Continuously finding ways out of bases loaded stuff, and not over just yet. That was just 2. You had no outs, but still, what a huge play.
So bring up Caden Bate. He walked his first time up. The pitch. Fastball on the outside corner, 0-1. Bate looking, driving a run. Pryor into the windup. The pitch. Breaking ball tapped foul behind the plate, 0-2.
Man, what a big-time pitch this could be. You strike him out, you get out of the inning when you had bases loaded, nobody out, and you don't allow a run. That's huge.
Pryor looks in, gets the sign. The pitch. That's lifted out towards left field. On comes Reinsdorfer as he makes the play with a fine running grab for out number 3 as the Sixers dance out of a bases loaded, nobody out jam here in the top half of the Uinta Iron Vision 3rd inning, where our vision is to improve yours. You're watching a Ready Services presentation of 2024 Northwest Regional Tournament online at mylocalradio.com, all part of the My Local Radio Sports Network.
WattSmart is Rocky Mountain Power's energy efficiency program. WattSmart provides rebates to residential customers for energy efficiency upgrades made around the home. Devices and appliances that use electricity in your home can usually be made more efficient, and that can save you money and energy. When you decide to make upgrades, we have rebates available for you. Visit wattsmarthomes.com today.
Foot pain can make even the simplest things a struggle. Dr. Chad Brady is a foot and ankle surgeon who listens to your concerns, offering a variety of solutions to get you back on your feet and out of pain. Dr. Chad Brady can help you get back to the life you deserve. Don't let foot pain stop you from living your life. Schedule an appointment today. Dr. Chad Brady, Uinta Medical Group. Call or schedule online at evanstonanytime.com.
Welcome back inside the Union broadcast booth. Everything else is just internet as we move to the bottom of the Uinta Iron Vision 3rd inning, where our vision is to improve yours. As on this day in history, Ted Williams, of course, Boston Red Sox, hits home run number 511 to tie Mel Ott for 4th place on the all-time list. So that's Ted Williams. And Jace, that's a career right there, as Nolan Horton will lead off, followed by Swain and Pearson. That who knows if it wasn't for his military service. The first pitch on the ground on the third base line. That's by the third baseman into left field. That's down the line as Campos couldn't get that. Horton on his way to second as he will cruise in to second base as a run around second, nobody out for Hayden Swain, as this is the RBI leader of the Sixers team.
Yeah, he tripped around first base. I mean, he was thinking 2 out of the box after that got past the third baseman. Who knows what would have happened if he didn't slip over there at first base.
Looks like they're going to rule that an error on Campos over at third. But back to Ted Williams, as he took time off for his military or from his baseball career to fly planes in the military. As it's amazing what Ted Williams could have done. First pitch to Swain, breaking ball off the plate outside, 1-0. There's no telling how far up the list he would have ended if he was able to continue to play baseball instead of serving his country.
You take years off, you take stats off, so you can do the math there.
I was going to say, I would venture to guess he'd hit at least one in those times. Popped up right side as it's dropped over there at first base as the new first baseman, Hopper, can't quite corral that one. It's going to go with E3 as Swain's now reached twice on an error.
Well, I wasn't going to mention it, but it's coming to play now. Colorado here, they have the most errors in the tournament prior to this game at 6, and they've added 2 more here. Their fielding percentage is below 900 now at this point.
That'll bring up Pearson. Intentional walk his first time up. Runners on first and second. Nobody out. Bottom of the third. Pearson squares the bunt. The breaking ball misses outside. 1-0. Two errors in the inning has runners on first and second. Comes set. Delivers the pitch. Fastball dotted on the outside corner for a strike. 1-1. Pearson did not square to bunt there. Did on the first pitch. Looks like trying to draw the infield in. Gives you a little extra room. Try to squeeze one by. Horton's got some pretty good speed on second. So basically the outfield is going to be a chance to score a run for the Sixers team. The pitch. Pearson drops down the bunt down the third base line. Picked up by Stanovich. Throws to first in time for the out. Nicely done by the catcher as he picked it up, wheeled and fired. Now runner at second and third with one out. That'll bring up Ethan Reisdorfer, who flew out his first time up.
Yeah, big time bunt there. You get it down, and now a chance here with the bases having guys in 2 scoring positions.
Reisdorfer will bat from the right-hand side. Fort Collins electing to play the defense back as they'll sacrifice the run for the out. Comes set, the pitch. Line drive, that is over the head of the shortstop, Rubenstein, into left field for a base hit. 1 run scores. Here comes Swain to the plate. The throw is cut off as a 2 RBI single by Ethan Reisdorfer puts the Sixers on top, 3-1 on the T7 Propane scoreboard.
Turns out putting the infield back was the smart decision. They should have just put him back a little bit more. I mean, he was inches away from snagging that out of the air, unable to, and now Cheyenne give herself a 2-run lead.
You know, the old cliche of the game of inches right there, literally, as Rubenstein almost made a fantastic play as he got up there pretty high. Just couldn't quite get to that one as here comes Cade Coates, the shortstop. Popped out his first time up, takes a ball outside, 1-0. Both of those runs will come across unearned as defense has aided this rally. Or excuse me, bad defense has aided this rally for the Sixers. The pitch, or excuse me, the pickoff move back is Reisdorfer. And you know, you can give Campos the benefit of the doubt of that ball down the third base line. It is technically an error, but it's a real tough play. And it's just sometimes you have to be able to convert outs when you get to this level. To pitch off the plate outside. 2-0. Because if you give offenses at this level extra opportunities to score runs, they're going to take advantage.
Yeah, to me, as much as I want to go and look at the Campos play as that was an error, the bigger one that sticks out is the pop-up to the first baseman. It's tough because with Hopper, you come in here, you're new. It's first inning on the field, but it's a play that you think back to now and think, man, if I'd have made that, who's to tell what would have happened this inning?
Absolutely.
Baseball's a game of what-ifs, though, and the only thing that matters is what actually happens.
And that's the thing, too, is you come into the game, you're not really expecting to play today, especially with the lineup. You don't expect to be used in the second inning. The pitch misses high. 3-0.
I think that's the way. Is like, given his bat, he maybe expected to be a pinch hitter at some point, but in the second inning is just so early to kind of hop into a game, especially with the way this has gone. I mean, there's been base runners every single inning.
The 3-0 on the outside corner for a strike, 3-1. But the great thing about baseball is you'll get an opportunity to redeem yourself as game's not over yet. We're still in the third inning, and the amount of base runners that Fort Collins has, if they continue to get that amount, they're going to break through eventually.
Just takes time.
The pitch. It's fouled away. His coach stays alive. But, I mean, for Prebe on the mound, you've done a pretty good job stifling this offense. He's allowed just 2 hits. Just unfortunately, both have come with runners on base. The pitch. It's fouled straight back, and looked like that one's coming right for the camera.
I'd have caught it.
3-2. Pretty good at bats for Coates going on here as he's worked the count to full. Continues to battle. Comes the pitch. Outside. Good at bat there for Coates as he draws the 1-out walk. They'll bring up Braden Cameron. He popped out to the catcher his first time up.
We're going to have a mound meeting here, try and calm down Prebe on the mound.
Yeah, and it's really not been on Prebe. He's throwing the ball fantastically. 2 hits. He's allowed a couple of walks, but was able to escape those walks.
It's tough because you have the errors, and it's one of those things of got to work around them. And it's tough for a pitcher because you think about all the times that this inning should have had this inning should have been done here, and you just can't think like that.
Hayden Swain down in the bullpen for the Sixers warming up. I want to let you know on this day in history, we talked yesterday about the first ever game, quote-unquote, officially played at Wrigley Field at night was called off due to rain. On this day in history, the first official night game is won by the Chicago Cubs as they beat the New York Mets 6-4, as that seems like some shaky scorebook keeping because that game got rained out in the fourth inning because it was not an official game, and now the Cubs get to boast about their first win in the first night game ever at Wrigley Field. First pitch to a strike on the outside corner for Camarade, 0-1. As Preeb comes set, kicks and delivers the pitch. Swing and a miss at a fastball top of the zone, 0-2 as he's bounced back nicely after the coaching visit.
There's a reason those things work.
Yeah, if you could bottle up what's ever said in those meetings, the 0-2. Misses down and away, 1-2. If you could bottle up whatever was said and sell it, man, coaches would be rich. Do you imagine a coaches meeting in your corporate office job? Absolutely. Preeb comes set, the 1-2. It's fouled down the first base line and out of play, 1-2. Doing some accounting and
during the meeting with Jeff today, he handed me a bottle.
And suddenly you're more motivated.
All of a sudden, those last 3 hours I was so much better.
Comes set, the 1-2. On the ground down the third base line, that's going to go foul. As Camarade continues to battle. But really what's said in those meetings is each pitcher, as a coach, you get to know these kids over the, 33-10 for Fort Collins. They've played over 40 games so far this year. You get to know your pitcher as a ball comes into play, is warming up down in the Fort Collins bullpen. So we're trying to get you that number. As Preeb comes set, delivers the 1-2. Off the plate outside, 2-2. That's a pretty good pitch right there.
I think it's Adrian Huerta we saw last night in the last inning.
Camarade steps back in. Preeb comes set. Holds the belt, the pitch. On the ground to short. Rubenstein charges, and that's off of his glove as it rolls back to the mound for Preeb. It's going to be the fourth error against this Fort Collins team, the third of the inning. And now bases loaded for Colin Cresili as he walked his last time up.
And it's tough because this Colorado squad has just really struggled with errors this tournament. They've had now 10 errors and now two and a little bit of a game here.
And when you get to this level, it's really tough to bounce back from them. The pitch. Line drive over the head of Rubenstein into left field as one run's going to come across. Here comes the second run as the Sixers tack on two more. 5-1 on the T7 Propane scoreboard.
Like I said, errors can come back to bite you. It's a tough time, and, Preeb has had a tough opportunity here with a couple of errors.
Yeah, unfortunately, this looks like this might be the end of the day for Preeb, and, this is not on him. He pitched, I thought, much better than what his score line is going to state and what this scoreboard says right now, as we're going to take a quick break as you're watching a Ready Services presentation of the 2024 Northwest Regional online at mylocalradio.com, all a part of the My Local Radio Sports Network.
High school sports. We love it. We support it. We're your #1 fan. Trona Valley is your local credit union, and we're proud to invest in relationships that go far beyond banking. We're proud to invest in the lives of our young members and their love for sports. You are champions in our community, and we're here to support you all the way, on a court, on the field, or elsewhere. Together, let's develop lifelong successful financial habits. You're awesome. Trona Valley, member NCUA. TronaValley.com. We're here for you.
The strategic plan for Una County School District Number 4 states, through collaboration with the entire learning community, our mission is to instill problem-solving skills in our students that will translate to a rapidly changing global environment. We work to accomplish this by constantly improving student achievement, improving student academic and behavioral skills with a district that operates efficiently and effectively. Uinta County School District Number 4, excellence in teaching, opportunity through learning.
Welcome back inside the Union broadcast booth. The new pitcher on the mound is Adrian Huerta, as he pitched yesterday, coming into the game today, as the Sixers lead 5-1 on the T7 Propane scoreboard, and only 3 hits in the game for the Sixers. And Jace, all 3 of those hits have come with runners on. They've all been RBI base hits, RBI singles, in fact.
Yeah, you talk about coming up in the clutch, and that's what Cheyenne has done and what Colorado hasn't, because Colorado has had the base paths full every single inning. They just haven't had hits with runners in scoring position, whereas Cheyenne has. And now for Adrian Huerta, you got to come in here and know that and understand that this is still a competitive situation. You're not down by any large number, and 4 runs is still a grand slam lead. It's not that hard to come back from. You just got to keep it that way. But the problem is you got the top of this Cheyenne lineup coming up. You've got runners at first and second, and you come into the game cold even though you pitched yesterday evening.
You just got to field the ball better, too. That's how the Sixers have gotten all of their runners on.
I'm interested to see after the line score how many of those 5 runs are going to be earned.
1, the first one. The pitch is a line drive into left field. That's a base hit. They're going to hold the runner at third as Kamerad hits the bag. He's going to stay put. Now bases loaded, 1 out for Landon McAnally.
Well, that's where you attack early. A new pitcher, you're going to see a first pitch that he wants to get in the strike zone, and understanding that situation was Tafoya, so he goes out there and hits the ball right where it came back from, goes to the left side, and pulls it for a single. Now with the bases loaded, you get a lefty on right matchup.
Yeah, it's Tafoya's second hit of the game. McAnally, he's 0 for 1, walked and struck out.
Corner infielders in, they'll go home with it if they get the ball.
The pitch. The breaking ball in the outside corner for a strike. 0-1. Swain's going to make his way back to the dugout as he's officially in the hole. He's on deck if this at-bat does not end the inning. So looks like he's ready to go. The pitch. Off the plate outside. 1-1 as he went back to that breaking ball. We have some changes as well on the defensive side. We'll get to those in a second. Comes the 1-1 pitch. That's blooped out towards left field as Sodders gets behind it. Makes the play. The runner tags. He's going to hold, as that's a pretty good throw there from Sodders, as that'll leave the bases loaded with 2 outs for Nolan Horton.
Yeah, a good play there from Souders, and quickly gets behind the ball, gets it in. And now you go back to a 2-out situation, and Huerta can get out of this inning with no more runs coming across and keeping it at that 4-run deficit.
So Huerta comes in for Hopper. Preeb goes from the mound to third, and Campos goes from third to first. As Horton led the inning off by reaching on an error. The pitch misses low, ball 1. Huerta works from that third base side of the rubber. So hold the chest. Comes set. The pitch. Fastball dotted on the outside corner for a strike. 0-1 is a 74-mile-an-hour fastball, perfectly placed. Bases loaded. 2 outs in the inning. This is a big at-bat in this game. The Sixers can really break it open if they score here. If Huerta can stop the bleeding, he'll keep his team in this game. That's popped up left side. Let's see if Preeb has room. He will not, as that's out of play, 1-2. Horton back into the box. Defense shifts around as they're going to play him to pull in the outfield. Comes set, the 1-2. Breaking ball, and that is pulled out into left center field as Miller makes the play as a good defensive adjustment right before the pitch. Helps the Fort Collins team get out of the inning as they trail 5-1 on the T7 Propane scoreboard. When we come back, it'll be the top of the 4th inning. This will do it for UNT Iron Vision 3rd inning. You're watching a Ready Services presentation of the 2024 Northwest Tournament online at mylocalradio.com.
At Black's Fork Dental, we're not just a dental office, we're a family. We believe in inspiring lasting smiles, and that means welcoming patients of all ages. From the littlest smiles to the wisest grins, our team is here to provide gentle and caring dental care for your entire family. Our warm and friendly atmosphere will make you and your kids feel right at home, ensuring every visit is a positive one. At our office, we use the latest technology to provide top-notch care for your family's dental needs, from x-rays to crowns, clear correct to implants, or even dentures. Black's Fork Dental, where advanced technology meets compassionate care. Join our dental family today by scheduling at blacksforkdental.com.
When was the last time you got to stay at a hotel that had an indoor waterfall and a fish pond? Or a hotel with a swimming pool, a baby pool, and 5 hot tubs? At the Come On In Hotel and Suites in Casper, Wyoming, you'll get all of this, plus an amazing complimentary breakfast. You can even reserve a suite with a private jacuzzi for 2. The rates are so affordable that every time you're in Casper, you and the whole family can stay without breaking the bank. The best hotel in Casper is the Come On In and Suites. Make your reservations today and come on in.
Welcome back inside the Union broadcast booth. Everything else is just internet. As for the second time today, the Sixers leave the bases loaded, as that brings their total to now 7 left on base. As there have been base runners aplenty in this game. 5-1 on the T7 Propane scoreboard. You know, for this Fort Collins team, they left 8 on. But you feel comfortable that if you're able to start getting base runners on, you'll be able to start driving them in. First pitch strike on the bottom of the zone to Jude Miller, 0-1.
Just keep doing what you're doing. They'll find the zone eventually, find the ball, find the base hits going. It's when you strand, what is the number now? It's 8 in the first 3 innings. You just got to keep putting them on.
The pitch is lifted out towards right field. Long run for Pearson as he heads towards the line and makes a fine sliding grab for out number 1. Braden Pearson takes away what looked like extra bases as 1 up, 1 down here to start the 4th inning.
A fantastic sliding catch from the right fielder for Cheyenne. Stop me if you've said that before.
Absolutely. You know, that's the difference in this game right now is defense.
It is.
It's a fantastic play, and, you know, the routine ones weren't made in the last inning. That's how Cheyenne built their lead. The pitch misses low as this is Oliver Stanovich. He's walked both of his at-bats.
Good pitch there, just didn't get the swing and miss.
Just a better take. You know, sometimes you just have to tip your cap to your opponent in baseball, the 1-0. It's a fastball on the outside corner as if Stanovich tipped his cap in the first pitch. Or, excuse me, if Pryor tipped his cap the first pitch, Stanovich would tip it on the second one as that's a perfect fastball down and away. The 1-1. Misses high, 2-1. And for Fort Collins, just because you get the first out doesn't mean this inning is doomed. As, in fact, in the first inning, the first out was made. They were able to load the bases, just could not push one across. The pitch. That's a line drive out towards left field. Reinsdorfer comes in a couple of steps to make the play for out number 2. Two up, 2 down to start. The top of the 4th inning. So that'll bring up Dylan Rubenstein as he's popped out to the second baseman twice in today's contest. Comes set, the pitch on the ground to second. Griselius charges, fields, fires to first in time for the out. As if you can believe it, that's only second ground ball hit by this Fort Collins team as we'll head to the bottom of the 4th inning as we're watching a Ready Services presentation of 2024 Northwest Regional online at mylocalradio.com, all a part of the My Local Radio Sports Network. We are ready.
Established in 1984, T7 Propane provides you with quick and affordable service. Rely on T7 services to bring warmth and comfort to your home or business. T7 Propane delivers everywhere from the Fort Bridger area throughout Bear Lake Valley. Schedule your delivery today at T7propane.com. T7 Propane for all your propane needs.
When you want all the amenities, a wonderful restaurant, and clean, comfortable rooms in Evanston, stay at the Best Western Dunmar Inn. Whether you're in town for high school sports, on a business trip, or traveling with the whole family, book your stay at the Best Western Dunmar Inn. It's a 5-star experience from the time you check in until you say goodbye till next time. The Best Western Dunmar Inn, supporting students and families in all their activities. Make your reservations today.
Welcome back inside the Union broadcast booth. Everything else is just internet. As we're watching a Ready Services presentation of the 2024 Northwest Regional Online at mylocalradio.com. As August 9th in baseball history is a day of many streaks, good and bad. Let's start with in 1939. Red Rolfe of the New York Yankees started a streak of 18 consecutive games in which he scored at least one run. During those games, he scored a total of 30 runs, as that's on this day in 1939. A very impressive stat there for Rolfe. The pitch to Hayden Swain, breaking ball in the outside corner, 0-1. And also on this day in 1963, Roger Craig's National League leading 18-game losing streak ends thanks to Jim Hickman's 9th-inning grand slam off of Lindy McDonald. Pitch outside. New York beats the Mets 7-3. As if you can believe it, we also have
New York
streak.
beat the Mets?
So
the Yankees?
Cubs. Beat the Cubs, excuse me. Sorry about that.
I was like, New York, that is the Mets.
The pitch. On the ground, third base side, fielded by Preeb. Fires across in time for out number 1 as Swain is retired on the ground ball.
I was just confused because the Yankees I was like, is it Yankees and Mets or?
No, I just can't read.
That's not what I was
Well, no, that's what I'm saying. Swain retired on the ground ball to bring up Braden Pearson as he's had an intentional walk and a sack bunt in this game. I'd wonder if we can go through the baseball archives to see how many times it's ever happened in the first 2 at-bats of a game at any level. The pitch, outside, ball 1.
Well, we got a guy who could do it. I guarantee you, Opperman. If there's anybody on this planet that could do it, he could.
Yeah, no, for sure. Of course, shout out to Eric Opperman, our statistician for this tournament. He's awesome with the awesome stats he gives us. That one misses outside, 2-0. As Pearson, still hitting 400 in the tournament. And as the walk and the sack bunt does not affect his batting average. Here comes set. The pitch. Misses for a ball, 3-0. Huerta back to work. Works from that full windup into the pitch. Went to a breaking ball, 3-0, and he misses below the zone for ball 4.
Interesting.
Leadoff walk for Pearson. That'll bring up Ethan Reisdorfer. Had a 2 RBI single his last time up, as we're going to get a pitching change. As you can kind of see the desperation of the moment for this Colorado team. Backs against the wall. You're trying to find outs and put zeros on the board. As we're going to a commercial break, you're watching a Ready Services presentation of the 2024 Northwest Regional Online at mylocalradio.com, all a part of the My Local Radio Sports Network.
At Uintah County School District number 6, each student is important. Each student has different interests. Each student has unique talents and areas for growth and development. We love and appreciate each student, and we work hard to make sure we are meeting the needs of each student so that when we all come together, we create a powerful school district filled with individual students headed for success. Uintah County School District number 6 in Lyman. It's a great day to be an Eagle.
WattSmart is Rocky Mountain Power's energy efficiency program. WattSmart provides rebates to residential customers for energy efficiency upgrades made around the home. Devices and appliances that use electricity in your home can usually be made more efficient, and that can save you money and energy. When you decide to make upgrades, we have rebates available for you. Visit wattsmarthomes.com today.
Welcome back inside the Union broadcast booth. Runner on first, 1 out here in the bottom of the 4th inning as Jude Miller will come on the mound to work, as Tyson Smith will replace Huerta in the lineup. As we can't tell quite what position Smith will go to, but it is one of the outfield positions. Not sure if they're going to move one of their outfielders to center. or if Smith goes straight to center. For
Looks
Miller,
like he's standing in the middle. Seems like center. You can never guess, but the outfielders have a tendency to stand in the positions that they are. You know, they stand in the group of three. He's one on the right, one on the left, one on the center. He's in the center.
Until they all break and go running different directions.
They all like cross paths and run.
I was going to say, I've known a couple of kids who in the outfield will, during a pitching change, will just go stand on the wrong side of the center fielder just to kind of throw everyone off and then go back the other way.
Cross. I'd be annoyed.
I mean, it makes it hard on us, but it's kind of a funny joke.
It's
play
hilarious.
as play an outfielder. Speaking of outfielders, the starting center fielder, Jude Miller, on the mound as the left-handed pitcher. He's going to work with a runner on first, one out. As we talked about a day of streaks, on this day in 1975, Davey Lopez of the Los Angeles Dodgers stole his 32nd consecutive base without being caught in a 2-0 win, breaking Max Carey's 1922 record. He would tack on 6 more before being caught on August 24th. First pitch of the day for Miller is popped up by Reisdorfer and out of play. 0-1. Braden Pearson on first after the walk. But, you know, the one walk by Huerta being pulled for Miller shows the desperation of the moment for this Fort Collins team. The pitch, that's lifted out to center field. Smith will make the play for out number 1. But it shows that you really need to put zeros on the board. Out number 2, excuse me. But you need to put zeros on the board if the Fort Collins team. You don't want to fall further behind. As Cade Coates will bat 0 for 1, pop out and a walk. Just because the further you fall behind, the harder it is to come back. And this Fort Collins team, they're able to put up runs late in the game. You have to expect that they're going to have a push at the plate. Comes the first pitch to Coates on the outside corner for a strike, 0-1.
Well, and the big thing is there's no tomorrow if you lose this game. So everybody's got to be ready, and you got to do what you got to do to get tomorrow.
Absolutely.
Can't worry about tomorrow if you're not going to get there.
Come set. The 0-1 to Coates. Misses high. 1-1. As that wind continues to kind of swirl, as at times it looks like it's blowing straight in from center field. Other times it looks like it's blowing straight out to left field. As Miller comes set. The pitch, runner goes. Misses low. That's going to be a stolen base for Braden Pearson. Pearson in to second base with his second stolen bag of the tournament. He had one in the game yesterday. Now runner in scoring position for Coates. Comes set, the pitch. Misses inside for a ball. 3-1. You know, only 4 hits given up by this Colorado team. Unfortunately for them, though, all 4 of those hits have been with runners in scoring position. Not all of them have driven in a run, though, because they stopped the run at third. But it's just kind of been when the hits have happened, as that one's low. Coates will walk with 2 outs in the inning. Runners on first and second. That'll bring up Braden Camarade, as he reached on an error his last time up. Camarade to the plate. There's that first and second. Pretty big at bat in this game. As you talk about all the time, Jace, that magic number of 5 makes you Grand Slam proof. The pitch. Fastball.
Grand Slam proof. I like that.
Fastball, middle of the zone. 0-1. Just by that, it means that a Grand Slam will not tie the game. You'll still have the lead. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Does that look like that was an off-speed pitch? A really good pitch there. 0-2. And obviously a Grand Slam's not exactly a play that happens all the time, but you want to kind of prepare for anything that can happen because it is the game of baseball. The 0-2. Swing and a miss as Jude Miller comes on to shut the door here in the 4th inning. You're watching a Ready Services presentation of the 2024 Northwest Regional Tournament online at mylocalradio.com, all a part of the My Local Radio Sports Network.
Light up your world with a custom-built LED sign from Rocky Mountain Sign in Evanston. It's a proven fact that signage that lights up creates more attention. So light it up and then add text, images, and video, and your sign becomes even more powerful. Start sharing your advertising messages and information with your customers today. The team at Rocky Mountain Sign provides all types of quality signage that is custom-built and maintained. Call today for a free quote. Rocky Mountain Sign, 307-789-5202. Rocky Mountain Sign, serving customers in Wyoming, Utah, and Idaho.
Ready is committed to providing superior services to our customers by requiring individual accountability for excellence in quality, safety, and dependability. We are a growing company that is currently hiring across Wyoming, Colorado, Texas, Nevada, Idaho, and elsewhere. Our valued team members receive competitive wages, full benefits, and weekly pay. Interested in joining our team? Visit ReadyUSA.com. We are ready.
Welcome back inside the Union broadcast booth. Everything else is just internet. In the middle of a Ready Services presentation of 2024 AA Northwest Regional online at mylocalradio.com. All part of the My Local Radio Sports Network. Ready Industrial Construction and Support Services. Interested in joining our team? Visit ReadyUSA.com. We are ready. We want to let you know about an interesting opportunity, Jace, that is happening at here up in Billings, as is happening at Pierce Field, as it is the area code game, an opportunity to show your talents in front of some scouts. And, you know, it's a great opportunity for some kids that if they're able to come show up, show what they got, you impress some scouts, you never know what can happen. As first pitch for Pryor hits the leadoff hitter, Sodders, as runner on first. Nobody out here in the top of the fifth. As for position players, it's $199, or excuse me. For position players, it is $299. Or $349, pitchers $299, for both $399. But there is a code that we have. If you use that code is where we are looking for it. We'll bring up Colton Beetleman. First pitch breaking ball, called a strike, 0-1. Beetleman has a hit in the game. If you use the code 294034, that's 294034, you will get $50 off using that code 294034. Second breaking ball, first strike, 0-2. Now that's going to be through August 14th, so don't wait. Sign up now. This is an opportunity to get your baseball player in front of some scouts, as they're going to have a TrackMan out here. They're going to, let you know what you really have to work on to impress the scouts. The pitch is lifted out of play, 0-2. And it's just an awesome opportunity for some kids up here to battle and try to show some scouts is what they have. And one of the hard things about playing college baseball is getting in front of scouts.
Yeah, and that's always the tough part, and you have an opportunity here to be in front of 4 different colleges. And colleges talk, so you get in front of one, you get in front of hundreds.
The pitch misses behind him. 1-2, as that makes for an uncomfortable at-bat. But not only is it 4 colleges, that's 4 colleges confirmed so far. They're trying to get more. We'll see how that goes. Cannot confirm more or less. But just an interesting opportunity that if your kid wants to play at the next level, get them out here to the area code games. You'll see what they really have to work on. Or if you're the one potential kid, they'll be sent on to the next meeting where you'll really get to be out in front of some scouts. So that one's popped up to center field. Horton comes in to make the play for out number 1 as Beetleman's retired on the flyout. I'm going to bring up BZ Campos as he has a single and a flyout in this matchup.
He's been the big bat for Colorado, and in a situation like this, you need your big bat to produce.
I mean, you're one swing away from making this a 2-run game as they're waiting for the bat to be picked up in the on-deck circle. For this Colorado team, they were able to get some runners on early. But since that ground ball double play, it's been 7 consecutive, before, obviously it hasn't been 7 consecutive outs. There's a runner on first with the hit by pitch. But last 6 of 7 have been retired. But Campos could change the complexion of this game with one swing. He's ahead in the count 1-0. Pryor comes set, the pitch. Breaking ball just off the plate outside, 2-0. And now Campos in the count to do some damage.
Yeah, just missed there, and got to be looking for a fastball here.
Pryor working in the middle of the mound. Souter's on first. He was hit by a pitch to lead off the inning. Comes set. Breaking ball outside, 3-0. I think the Sixers have done some pre-scouting on Campos as they don't want to give in here. 3-0
They saw it for themselves when he hit a long fly ball.
3-0 the count. See if he gets the green light, the swing. So we're going to get a time called. Third base umpire is going to come talk.
Are they going to go a balk warning here? I don't know what's going on.
Just having a discussion real quick. He went to his mouth but didn't wipe. So you do get a warning for that.
Yeah. So he used, in theory, spit's illegal substance.
Yeah.
But that was the warning. Don't use spit.
Yeah, if you go to your mouth, you have to wipe before you go to the ball. It's a good catch there by third base umpire Nick Stevens.
That's attentiveness right there.
The 3-0. A breaking ball off the plate outside as Campos will take his walk. And doesn't look like Campos wanted that walk. I think he wanted a fastball 3-0 to try to do some damage.
Can I hit again? I'd like to keep going here.
He almost reluctantly took his walk, but for Colorado, that's a good thing now. That tying run moves the on-deck circle. If you can start to move some runners around, scratch across a couple, makes the late innings of this game a little bit easier as it's the top of the 5th inning, 5-1 on the T7 Propane scoreboard. Sixers on top. That breaking ball is called a strike. 0-1. This is Coy Preview. He is 1 for 1, walked and scored in the second. Has a hit in the game as well. As he's now playing third base, started on the mound. The pitch. Lifted right side. Skrcelius will put that one away for out number 2. Would have been an infield fly regardless, as that is now the 4th pop-out of the game. As this Colorado team, they only grounded out twice. It'll be Tyson Smith as he came on that last inning as the center fielder after Huerta was removed from the game. The pitch, outside, ball 1. One run on 3 hits, 4 errors for Fort Collins, 5 runs on 4 hits, no errors for Cheyenne. Pryor will come set, holds the belt. The 1-0. Misses high, 2-0.
2 outs here. Looking to try and just get out of this inning. Get your guys with the bats with a 4-0 lead, try and increase it.
Big at bat here for the Sixers. If you can push across 1, you cut the deficit to 3. Then you have the 6th and the 7th to try to scratch across 3 more runs. The pitch misses high, 3-0. But also at this same time, if you're Smith, you get on base, brings up Caden Bate with the bases loaded. You have an opportunity to score multiple runs with a hit. 3-0 the count. Pryor comes set. The pitch. Strike called on the outside corner. 0-1. 3-1 the count. As Smith steps back in. The pitch. Swing and a miss. As he blows the fastball by him. Up 3-2. 3-2 the count. 2 outs. Runners will be off on the pitch. This will mean that run from second would almost definitely score on a base hits the outfield. Comes set, holds the belt. 3-2 pitch. It's a breaking ball that's fouled away by Smith. Pretty good pitch. It's better hitting, getting rid of that one. 3-2.
Yeah, you got to protect. He did exactly that. A great pitch, but he put the bat out there, got the foul tip. Gets to see another pitch, and those runners, again, will be off on it, so a base hit especially into the gap. You could score 2 here.
Comes set, the pitch. Strike 3 called on the outside corner as he catches Smith looking with a fastball for out number 3. I'll do it for us here in the top of the 5th as you're watching a Ready Services presentation of the 2024 Northwest Regional online at mylocalradio.com, all part of the My Local Radio Sports Network.
Precision, the quality, condition, or fact of being exact and accurate.
Precision is important. Scoring the next point, making the perfect shot, getting the best score. And when you think of your dentist, you want precision to be the first word that comes to mind. That's why patients are so pleased with Dr. McKay Frankum. He provides precision family dentistry at reasonable prices to every patient. Dr. McKay Frankum, call today for an appointment.
Call Dr. McKay Frankum at 789-8910.
Established in 1984, T7 Propane provides you with quick and affordable service. Rely on T7 services to bring warmth and comfort to your home or business. T7 Propane delivers everywhere from the Fort Bridger area throughout Bear Lake Valley. Schedule your delivery today at T7propane.com. T7 Propane, for all your propane needs.
Back inside the Union broadcast booth, everything else is just internet as you're watching a Ready Services presentation of the 2024 Northwest Regional online at mylocalradio.com, all a part of the My Local Radio Sports Network. It'll be Crecelius, Tafoya, McAnally, the 9-1-2 hitters, due up here in the bottom of the 5th as they will face Jude Miller. First pitch misses high and wide, ball 1. As Jace, we've talked about on this day in history being a day of streaks. As Miller into the windup, the 1-0. A strike called on the inside corner, 1-1. As on this day in 1916, the Philadelphia A's ended their 20-game losing streak as Joe Bush beat the Detroit Tigers 7-1. The pitch, swinging a miss, fastball on the outside corner, 1-2. As a couple of different streaks all happening on this day in baseball history. Into the windup, the 1-2 to Crecelius. Fouled straight back, 1-2 again. For Miller on the mound, these are big innings. If you continue to put up zeros, you keep your team in this game. 4 runs is not an impossible lead to surmount.
Not at all.
This is high, 2-2.
But again, you want to keep it at 4 runs. The big thing is to just attack the zone, let your defense work behind you, and get your boys back with the bats as quick as possible.
Hayden Swain warming up in the bullpen for the Sixers. Pitch misses high and tight. 2-2. Make that 3-2, excuse me. It's Miller back into the windup. The 3-2 pitch. That is a walk as Crecelius is going to sprint down to first base. The ball bounced back to the catcher, Stanovich, as we have plenty of time to pick it up. That's a leadoff walk for the Sixers. And for Crecelius, you know, he was inserted into the lineup today in the 9-hole. 2 walks and a single already in the game for him as he's been pretty good for the Sixers team.
Yeah, that's exceptional work from him.
That'll bring up Mason Tafoya, 2 for 3. RBI single in the second, struck out in the first. The pitch, fastball outside corner for a strike, 0-1. It's Tafoya, who drove in the first run of this game. He's going to pick off back to first as Crecelius back in time. It's kind of interesting to watch the runners when they're at first versus the lefty versus the righty on the mound, just because that ball was a slow lob. Crecelius kind of Fred Flintstone his feet a little bit trying to get back. The pitch, as that gets away, it skips all the way back to Stanovich. That ball never touches the ground.
It hit the netting.
That's something to look out for, though, if you're a base runner at third base. If you're watching this game now, that ball doesn't hit the ground. If it hits the netting, it'll spring back to the catcher. So if you're at third, something to take note of. RBI opportunity for Tafoya. Runner on second. Nobody out. The pitch. Lifted out towards left field. Sodders is going to backpedal a couple of steps to make the play for out number 1. I'll bring up Landon McAnally. 0 for 2 with a walk. McAnally will step in that left-handed batter's box, lefty on lefty, as Miller. He's going to work from that first base side of the rubber. Miller comes set. Fires home the first pitch. Runner goes. This pitch is called a strike to throw. And they didn't get him as Nick Stevens calls him safe. It's a good job there by Crescelia sliding to the outside part of the bag. As one thing with 4 umpires, there's an umpire right there to make that call.
Yeah, that's the nice spot. You don't have anybody in the wrong position. He's right there ready for it. Infield comes in.
The 0-1. Foul out of play. 0-2. Nolan Horton on deck.
Playing no doubles in the defense as well for the outfielders. They're coming in.
They're going to come in trying to cut that run off. At home, the pitch. Misses outside, 1-2. Interesting time in this game. Fort Collins trying to keep this 4-run game. The pitch on the ground to second. Runner comes home. The throw as they got him for out number 2. Pretty good play there by Beetleman, the second baseman, as Crescelius went to slide, kind of spinned after contact with the catcher. Good sportsmanship there by Stanovich, picking up his helmet. Give it to Crescelius. Good play there by the Fort Collins infield. So to bring up Nolan Horton, the runner on first. 2 down in the inning. McAnally will go to first on the fielder's choice. First pitch to Horton. Misses above the zone, 1-0. One-0 count. Comes set. Kicks and delivers. It's lifted out of play. Foul, 1-1.
It's been a nice job here by Jude Miller coming in and really putting together a positive outing thus far, getting the strikes and continuing to pound the zone, which is huge. Keep this deficit at just 4.
Set the 1-1. Swinging and a miss at a pitch on the inside corner, 1-2. Miller comes set. Checks on McAnally at first. Kicks and deals the pitch. Misses high and wide. It's going to skip back to Stanovich. Now for McAnally, who's able to scamper down to second on the wild pitch. That's a couple times, though, Miller, hasn't missed a zone often, but there's a couple times there where he's just had one slip out of his hand. Looks like he's trying to turn a pitch over, possibly a changeup, but it just doesn't quite get there. So he'll come set, kicks and deals, the 2-2. Popped up, out of play, and foul. Sometimes when you miss like that, obviously you don't want to allow the runner over to second because now a base hit scores them. But when you miss like that, sometimes as a hitter, it's tough because then he comes back with a fastball at the knees.
You got to be ready for everything, and as a batter, especially with a pitcher's count, it's really tough.
Come set the 2-2 pitch. That's lifted out towards right center field. As the right fielder, Bates, going to make the play for out number 3. Fort Collins cuts the run down at the plate as they escape the inning with a 0 as we head to the top of the 6th inning. 5-1 on the T7 Propane scoreboard as you're watching Ready Services presentation of the 2024 Northwest Regional online at mylocalradio.com, all a part of the My Local Radio Sports Network.
Explore Logan, Utah. We've got so much awesomeness, I don't know where to begin. Your hotel is only 10 minutes from the gorgeous National Forest for hiking and biking, birdwatching, and wildflower spying. Logan is Utah's heart of the arts with more than 253 live professional performances this summer and free concerts every weekday. Catch the Garters Market and tons of festivals and fun. Head to Logan. You won't break the bank on less than a tank. ExploreLogan.com.
The crew of Rocky Mountain Yeti have found themselves searching the wilderness for the elusive Yeti, traveling through the rugged terrain in one of their premium rides found at Rocky Mountain Yeti. Coming up to a clearing, the crew finally gets a glimpse at what they've been searching for, the great Yeti deal from Rocky Mountain Yeti. Visit today and see why legends are driven. 100 Wasatch and 130 North 3rd Street, Evanston.
Welcome back inside the Union broadcast booth. Everything else is just internet. So we head to the top of the 6th inning, or top of the 6th inning. It'll be the 9-1-2 hitters for this Colorado offense looking at something going. First pitch from Pryor. Misses inside. Ball 1. Caden Beatty to the plate. Ahead in the count 1-0. That's Keegan Pryor back to work. He's been phenomenal since he's come into the game. The pitch on the outside corner for a strike. 0-1. As Beatty came on in the 2nd inning, was able to retire the 2 hitters with the bases loaded. The pitch, Pryor, popped up right side. As Swain calls for it, makes the play for out number 1.
This Colorado team, you got 5 outs to play with to score 4 runs. You don't want to have to use all those 5 runs or get all those 4 runs in the 7th inning. So right now is where you got to start and try and chip away at it. Especially going back to the top of the order here, you want to get something going.
Brings up Jude Miller. 0-2 with a walk. The pitch on the outside corner for a strike. 0-1. Miller has come on the mound, done a pretty good job since he came in the 3rd inning on the mound, shutting the door. The pitch on the ground to short. Coates fields, fires across in time for out number 2.
Good play by short. It's one of the toughest things to do. I don't think people realize how hard playing at short is with having to make throws on the runs and just the difficult hops that can be presented with itself.
Yeah, you're expected to do a lot.
It's tough, and that's why, I know a lot of people agree with this, and some people have their opinions, but baseball is one of the sports where you can't really take a basketball player and come and play. No. It's just not how it works. Just there's so many nuances that a basketball player is not going to be able to hit a 90-mile-an-hour fastball.
Pitch on the outside corner for Oliver Stanovich. He's 0-for-1 with a pair of walks.
I know some people think that's controversial, but
no,
it's a tough thing to do. It's one of the sports that's just so different from all the rest.
The pitch outside 1-1. We hear all the time about guys like Joel Embiid. They pick up basketball late, but they're still so dominant athletes that they're able to make it to the NBA and become a very good player. It's kind of the exception that a guy doesn't play baseball his entire life, picks it up late, makes it. Because that pitch misses low, 2-1.
Well, it's funny because a lot of baseball players will pick up football late. Like, they'll start playing their junior year and be amazing at it and choose that sport over baseball. It's so hard to just step in and play.
That pitch is drilled out to left field as Reinsdorfer gives chase. That's going to be off the wall on a hop. Around first, on his way to second, Stanovich will cruise into second base with the with a 2-out double.
And now you got to push him across here. 1 run can do a lot for you when you're down by 4 heading in with your last 4 outs.
It's a really good piece of hitting as this is Dylan Rubenstein, 0-for-3 coming to the plate. That ground out by Jude Miller, only the 3rd ground out for this Fort Collins team. They put the ball in the air quite a bit in this game.
Case in point, that last hit.
The pitch, strike called, 0-1. It's only their 4th hit of the contest. Both teams have 4 hits. As really the difference in this one, Jace, the 4 errors that were made. 1 in the second, 3 in the 3rd. It's where Cheyenne was able to get their runs across. Kicks and deals the pitch. Breaking ball called. Strike on the outside corner. 0-2 as Keegan Pryor's come in. Now 1 strike away from giving this Sixers team an opportunity to shut the door in the 7th. Still not out of the woods yet, though. It's Rubenstein. Checks back in. The pitch. Misses high. 1-2. 1-2 count. It's a big at-bat in the game. Fort Collins looking to claw back into this one. The pitch. That's lifted right side. It's going to be a long run for both Swain and Pearson as that one's going to be out of play. We'll reset and do the 1-2 again.
Nice job by the entire Cheyenne squad yelling out, 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 trying not to make sure that those guys at first and right field don't give their efforts and run into a wall over there.
Yeah, there's not a lot of room here in foul territory. That wall probably comes up on you quicker than you'd expect.
Yeah, the track is really short in that area.
The 1-2 pitch. Breaking ball called. Strike 3 for out number 3 of the 6th inning. We head to the bottom of the 6th. Sixers on top. 5-1 on the T7 Propane scoreboard as you're watching a Ready Services presentation of the 2024 Northwest Regional online at mylocalradio.com, all part of the My Local Radio Sports Network.
The perfect mix of different ingredients can create the most delicious creation. Successful people have the ability to bring many different individuals together who work, collaborate, show kindness, use problem-solving skills, and include each individual's talents and gifts to create new inventions, compose beautiful music, and find ways to make the world a better place. At Uintah County School District Number 1, we work together every day to promote student success. Uintah County School District Number 1, Pathway to Excellence.
Ready has provided safety and excellence in industrial construction and support services since 1982. Our experts self-perform all phases of construction on new or existing structures, such as site excavation, access road creation, concrete foundations, welding, and the installation and maintenance of piping, tanks, metal buildings, and more. Our turnkey services will have your facility operational quickly and safely. Interested in joining our team? Visit ReadyUSA.com. We are ready.
Welcome back inside the Union broadcast booth. Move to the bottom of the 6th inning as Swain will lead off. It'll be Swain, Pearson, and Reisdorfer here in the 6th for the Sixers. Pitch misses outside. Ball 1. Swain, 0 for 3. He's reached twice on an error. Grounded out his last time up. The pitch. Line drive, right side. Diving catch by Campos. What a play there for out number 1.
Well, that's a way to steal a hit right there. You dive and make the grab. It's a great play. And for a guy who has played catcher and third base in this tournament, well, he fit right in there at first.
An incredible play there. Brings up Braden Pearson. Doesn't have an official at-bat in this game. Intentional walk, sack bunt, and a walk for Pearson. First pitch. Swinging and out of play. 0-1.
Jude Miller's job is simple. Get the ball in the strike zone and try and come and score on the top of the 7th.
Motion, the pitch. Strike called on the inside corner at the beautiful fastball at the knees. 0-2. Miller's done a terrific job.
He has.
He shut the Sixers offense down since he's come into the 3rd inning. Wind up, the 0-2. Misses outside. 1-2. And, to be honest with you, the pitching for Fort Collins has been pretty good today.
It's been the errors.
The pitch is lifted into the net. 1-2.
I mean, if you don't make those 3 errors, this is a 2-1 ball game right now. Maybe even 1-1, because, I mean, the situations always can change.
Yeah, Coy Preeb on the mound to start the game did not get justice. The pitch outside. He only allowed 3 hits, as there's only been 1 hit since he left the game. And, as a starting pitch, that's what's kind of frustrating. That's why I think a lot of teams in the Major League Baseball now are looking towards fielding or FIP, fielding independent pitching. Misses low, 3-2. Could have bad going here for Pearson.
There's so many advanced stats now that you can figure out what you have the expected ERA and what your pitches are. And like you mentioned there's the fielder's percentage. There's just a lot of things you can go into.
Pitch. This is low as Pearson is going to make his way down to first as he still doesn't have an official at bat in the game, but he's reached it 4 times. Or 3 times, excuse me.
He is just saying, you know what? Who needs to swing the bat? I'll just bunt and walk.
Hey, he's taking what's given to him as he got a strike first pitch, fouled it back. But, just the reason for, obviously, Major League Baseball, the fielding is going to be way better than most levels because it is the big leagues.
Mm-hmm.
But for reasons like this, and, as a pitcher, you are very reliant of the 7 guys behind you. Come set. Kicks and deals the first pitch. Line drive at the third baseman. He makes the play. Throw back in time. Or throw back over, not in time, as Preeb Makes a pretty good play on a line drive from Reinsdorfer for out number 2.
You talk about fielding and how there's been errors. There's been 2 nice stabs for the Collins team in this inning. The line drive, diving catch over there by Campos, and then right there, you see that one made as well.
And that's kind of the difference because this inning really could be.
I mean, you could have nobody out, yeah, with a run in already, too.
Absolutely. Come set. First pitch to Coates on the outside corner for a strike, 0-1. Coates, he's 0 for 2, or 0 for 1, excuse me, with a pair of walks. Miller back to work. He's going to throw over to first. Back in time is the runner, Pearson. Pearson has a stolen base in this game already. See if he'd be willing to take off in this situation. Kicks and deals the 0-1 to Coates. There goes Pearson. The pitch misses high. The throw, not in time. As Pearson did a fantastic job sliding to the outside part of the bag. The throw beat him. If he slides to the inside, I think the tag gets him. But great slide there.
Yeah, right on point. At the back part of the bag. You can even see the dirt kind of from our angle on the far side of the bag rather than the near side.
1-1 to Coates. Lifted right field as Beatty puts that one away for out number 3 as we head to the bottom of the 7th inning. Sixers on top, 5-1 on the T7 Propane scoreboard. When we get back, the lineup due up for Fort Collins. It'll be Souders, Beidelman, Campos, the 4, 5, 6 hitters when we come back.
At Uintah County School District number 6, each student is important. Each student has different interests. Each student has unique talents and areas for growth and development. We love and appreciate each student, and we work hard to make sure we are meeting the needs of each student so that when we all come together, we create a powerful school district filled with individual students headed for success. Uintah County School District number 6 in Lyman. It's a great day to be an Eagle.
WattSmart is Rocky Mountain Power's energy efficiency program. WattSmart provides rebates to residential customers for energy efficiency upgrades made around the home. Devices and appliances that use electricity in your home can usually be made more efficient, and that can save you money and energy. When you decide to make upgrades, we have rebates available for you. Visit wattsmarthomes.com today.
Welcome back inside the Union broadcast booth in the middle of a Ready Services presentation of the 2024 Northwest Regional, online at mylocalradio.com, all a part of the My Local Radio Sports Network. Ready Services, industrial construction and support services. Interested in joining our team? Visit ReadyUSA.com. We are ready. A spot in the semifinals on the line here as we start at the top of the 7th inning. First pitch outside. Ball 1 to the batter, Souders. He is 0 for 1. That pitch is a strike, 1-1. He's been hit by a pitch and walked. As Pryor, we talked about Miller doing a great job. Pryor as well. He came on in the 2nd inning. The base is loaded, 1 out. Shut the door there. The pitch on the ground, left side. Tafoya dives, can't get there. Coates fields, fires across, picked out of the dirt, safe. Good effort there by Souders to beat that one down the line. Heck of a play by Cade Coates, the shortstop, as he nearly threw him out. Runner on first after the infield single. Nobody out in the inning.
Well, not to be lost in that was the pick over there at first. A great job by Swain to just have that glove ready and just late.
This brings up Colton Beedelman. 1 for 2, single and a walk as he pops this one up down the right field line. That's out of play. As you can hear, entire Cheyenne, not just their dugout, their entire fan
base,
section.
yeah. Out!
Because that wall kind of juts out at an angle, and then you get a little more space when you get past the bullpen over in the corner. Not a lot of room over there in foul territory. The 0-1. Breaking ball misses high, 1-1.
And, of course, that's where Corey Williams slid in yesterday, so trying to protect players.
Back to Pryor for a moment. If, and a big if, as he's still got a lot of work to do with runner on first, nobody out in the inning. You know, if he can save Cheyenne the pitch, misses inside 2-1. If he can finish this one out, he saves Cheyenne the ability to throw another guy tomorrow with a fresh count. As he's done a terrific job really settling down what was a rocky start for the Cheyenne Sixers pitching. The pitch misses inside. 3-1.
Well, and Compost looms on deck.
By my count, it's been 11 runners left on base for this Fort Collins team.
Goodness.
Including 8 in the first 3 innings. The pitch misses inside. Ball 4. Don't look now, but the game-tying run moves to the on-deck circle. This will be an easy Compost. Saving grace for Cheyenne with Compost coming to the plate is he is not the tying run. But he does have the ability to really change the complexion of this game with one swing. So Pryor, you have to be careful as Compost is a 1-for-2 walk and a single, including a fly out as well. As Pryor comes set, delivers the pitch. Breaking ball misses low, 1-0. We talked about that strategy of only using one arm the rest of the way. But if you have to go to a next arm, you really have to, because you cannot lose this game. You lose, you are done. Come set. The pitch.
Oh. Hold on.
Ducked into that one.
And he tried to get out of the way, and
it's going to go down as a hit by pitch. This has been Coy, Prebe, but not before we get a meeting on the mound. Let's go over some of what could happen depending on which team wins, as the matchups are pretty much set for tomorrow. If the Cheyenne Sixers team were to win, they will play the team from Alaska tomorrow to get into the championship game, regardless if Alaska wins. The only thing that's really going to be determined by the final game today is what time the teams play, because this is due to the fact that the Challengers and the Sixers played opening day. So they cannot play twice before championship day. So if they win, they will play Alaska, and that means the other semifinal will be Eugene taking on the winner of the earlier game, Billings. So if the Fort Collins team wins, they will play Eugene because they played Alaska last night, and that means the Challenger will play Billings. So, bases loaded, nobody out, tying run at the plate in the form of Coy Prebe. If there's ever a player that wants to come through, it'll be him. He pitched a pretty good game to start. First pitch is a strike on the inside corner. 0-1. Little, I'd say, tough luck for him, as he wants to erase that L from his own column. So it'd be a tough luck loss for Prebe if that were to be the case. The 0-1 misses. High and inside, hits the umpire. Ball gets away. Here comes the run to score.
There's one.
As it's a 5-2 game on the T7 Propane scoreboard. One and one the count. And there's some pacing going on down the third base line, as it'll be interesting to see, depending on how this at-bat plays out, if it'll be the end of the day for Pryor. Is he going to work from the full windup here? Runners on second and third, nobody out. The pitch, breaking ball misses high, 2-1.
You got to find the strike zone here.
If Prebe was able to reach, that would mean the go-ahead run would come to the plate with nobody out. Pryor into the motion. The pitch. Breaking ball called. Strike on the inside corner. 2-2. It's a really good pitch and a 2-1 count.
Talked about the Colorado team last night. Had a late comeback against Alaska. This time trying to complete a comeback against Cheyenne.
The pitch misses high. 3-2. And now it's a big pitch in the game. 5-2 on T7 Propane scoreboard. 3-2 the count to Prebe at the plate. Pryor holds the chest. Little windup. The payoff pitch. Fouled away. Good job there by Pregame at the plate. That was a really good breaking ball on a 3-2 count.
Yeah, a great pitch, but an even better swing as he just stays alive with it.
Tyson Smith stands on deck. Into the windup. Wheels deals the pitch. Line drive left field. That is down for a base hit. One run's going to score. It gets away from Weinsdorfer in left field. The second run scores as that allows the game-tying run all the way into scoring position with nobody out here in the top of the 7th inning. As Pregame comes through with the RBI single. One will score on the air. More importantly, though, 5-4. As we're going to get a pitching change. We'll let you know who the new pitcher is when we come back as you're watching a Ready Services presentation of the 2024 Northwest Regional online at mylocalradio.com, all a part of the My Local Radio Sports Network.
Ready has provided safety and excellence in the industrial construction and support services since 1982. We have the crews and equipment for hydro excavation, dirt and equipment hauling, as well as produced and potable water hauling. We also offer septic tank cleaning services, portable toilets, and roll-off dumpster rentals for facility shutdowns, on location or for your next outdoor event. Call us today to discuss how we can help with your next project. Interested in joining our team? Visit ReadyUSA.com. We are ready.
Foot pain can make even the simplest things a struggle. Dr. Chad Brady is a foot and ankle surgeon who listens to your concerns, offering a variety of solutions to get you back on your feet and out of pain. Dr. Chad Brady can help you get back to the life you deserve. Don't let foot pain stop you from living your life. Schedule an appointment today. Dr. Chad Brady, Uinta Medical Group. Call or schedule online at evanstonanytime.com.
Let's stop into Mountain West Business Solutions to see what Randy and the team are up to today. Randy has printed out testimonials from satisfied customers. Let's see what some of them say.
Bar none, the best customer service in the industry.
Mountain West has been perfect for our business needs.
We simply could not survive as a business without Mountain West Business Solutions.
For all your equipment, printing, and software solution needs, Mountain West Business Solutions. 866-583-9925.
Welcome back inside the Union broadcast booth as Landon McAnally will go from the DH spot onto the field as it is getting interesting here at Dealer Park. 5-4 as Fort Collins has scored 3 runs here in the 7th inning to make it a 1-run game. Still nobody out as the pitcher is Braden Pearson on the mound.
Now it's a save opportunity because he's got the tying run at second base. Go ahead run at the plate. Now it is the top half, so no matter what happens, if it were to be tied or Colorado were to go to head, Wyoming would get to bat, but I don't think they want to bat. I would think this is the one time where you're like, all right, I can save the bats for tomorrow, hopefully.
Absolutely. Braden Pearson on the mound for the Sixers, looking to shut the door. He's going to work from the stretch. Comes set. Kicks and fires the pitch. Strike called on the outside corner, 0-1. This is Tyson Smith. Caden Bate on deck, followed by Jude Miller. As we got a couple of things that are super important for each team. Pearson, you want to keep the runner at second base, Pregame. You want to keep him close to the bag just because the closer he is to the bag, the better chance you have at throwing him out. The pitch, they square to bunt. That is fouled down the first baseline. If you're at the plate, if you're Tyson Smith, you're down by 1 run. You're thinking right side, right side, right side. If you can live with the ground ball to the second baseman because that advances that runner to third. But the one thing you don't want to do is you don't want to ground out or fly out to the left side. You want Pregame to be at third at the end of your at-bat.
Now 0-2 here. He's got to protect as well.
If you're Pearson, if you can get the strikeout here, that sets it up to where you get the next 2 consecutive outs, you win the game. The pitch, squares the bunt, bunts it foul, and he's out. That'll go down as a punch out for Pearson. And I'll bring up Caden Beatty. That's kind of a similar situation here, but Now you don't set up a situation where a sack fly. The third, that first out is the most important one. Breaking ball back up the middle, don't matter. Base hit as they are going to hold the runner. Good job by Horton coming to the plate. The throw is dropped on the mound as now the go-ahead run stands at second. As Swain was coming across the infield, he looked like he was going to cut that ball, go to second, try to cut that trail runner down. Pearson was on the mound, tried to catch it and make the play and dropped it. As that brings up Jude Miller, who is the pitcher of record for this Colorado team. Pearson's going to work from the full windup. First pitch to Miller. Wave and a miss there at a fastball at the bottom of the zone. 0-1.
Yeah, he just kind of got in front of that pitch and maybe a little too excited.
Pearson works from the full windup. The pitch. Off the plate outside. 1-1. Infield is back as the Sixers will trade the run for the out. Corners are in, though. Or they're
Not anymore. I was wondering. I was like, why would they do that? That makes little to no sense. Well,
But
there you go.
double-edged sword. There's more room to get it over the infield. The pitch inside misses, and 2-1. It's kind of a catch-22, though. You cut the run at the plate if you get the ground ball, or, you know, you get one off the end of the bat that lands at routine second base. It's going to be a hit. The windup, the 2-1. On the ground to second base. McAnally knocks it down, goes home, throw, not in time, as the Fort Collins has come all the way back here in the 7th inning to tie the game. Go-ahead run, stands at third base. Now, with one out, runners on first and third. And if you're McAnally there, though, Jace, after the bobble, you have to go to first to collect the out.
It's tough because you want the out at home, but when you bobble it, you go to first, you get the out, because then you have 2 outs and this game could remain tied. I mean, now there's a chance that the go-ahead run scores. You got first and third. Could have a situation here where you send that runner from first, try and get him home. He's probably going to end up at second because you're not going to throw down.
Pearson's going to step off.
He's got a B.
Bad time for a bee to show up.
Yeah, not a good time.
Not a good time for a bumblebee to stick his nose in some business. Runner goes. Pitch is a strike on the outside corner. They're going to allow that runner to take second.
Like I said, he's going to go to second. He's going to be there. So now it's an extra insurance run if they were to get a base hit here and score him.
Middle of the infield back for the Sixers. You have to think that coach is, he's going to come back. He's going to come in. They're waiting, trying to surprise, I think, Fort Collins with that pitch. Check swing into the Sixers dugout. 0-2. 5-5 on the T7 Propane scoreboard. You know, we talked about all the time when Fort Collins was on the mound. Jude Miller doing a great job, allowing his team the opportunity to come back in this one. Get time called. 0-2 the count. Pearson, if you can take care of this one yourself, as Oliver Stanovich at the plate, you move the infield back and you feel a little more comfortable. He'll come set. Holds the shoulders, kicks and deals. The pitch misses low with an 88-mile-an-hour fastball. 1-2.
He's amped right now, and you don't want to overthrow. I like the speed, but
pretty good pitch though, bottom of the zone. Bring that up just a little bit. Pearson, the pitch, breaking ball, fouled off. It's a great job by Stanovich just to get a piece of that one. That breaking ball was just tailing down and in, or excuse me, tailing away from him on the inside part of the plate. 1-2 the count. Top of the 7th inning, 4 runs across. We are tied 5-5 on the T7 Propane scoreboard. It's Pearson wants to try to shut the door here, allow for his teammates to score, or allow for his team to score one. The pitch outside, 2-2. If he can shut it here, where the Sixers only need 1 run, it'll be much easier to end this one in the bottom half. But runners on second and third, 1 out. No easy task. Stanovich, the pitch, popped up, out of plays. He's giving him a heck of a battle.
I was about to say, this has been one intense AB on both sides.
Stanovich doubled his last time up. Pearson comes set. 2-2 pitch. That's a shallow fly ball that is going to drop in for a base hit. The run's going to come across the score as 6-5 Fort Collins.
Hold on. I don't know what he was saying.
Oh, they're sending the runner back.
I think it was catcher's interference.
Yeah, they're going to talk about this one.
I don't know what happened there.
If it's catcher's interference, I think you take the play.
Well, and if it's catcher's interference.
The thing is, though, is the runner's supposed to go back.
Correct.
They're awarded.
Well, as soon as you hit the glove, it doesn't matter the end of the play. He gets first base, but the runners stay put.
It's been an interesting ruling, a big ruling in this game. Be a wait for the umpire's rulings.
This is a big call because in some ways you want the catcher's interference if you're Cheyenne and force him to stay at third and you have the double play in order.
And this is ultimately going to be up to whether they can take the play or not.
Yeah, exactly. Can you accept what happened after catcher's interference? And I'm not 100% sure that's what they called, but that's the only logical thing I could think of at this point. This is a long discussion here.
So I don't think it would be for throwing the bat, as the bat didn't seem like he...
No.
At this stage, you almost have to like turn and fire it into the backstop after you get a hit to be called for throwing the bat. As by now, most hitters are pretty...
I wonder if they're saying interference. Did the catcher come out? I don't know what the call is going on here. Is the two Colorado coaches you can see they're trying to discuss. And now we're going to have the umpires disperse and have an explanation for the Colorado coach.
I say they're explaining to the Colorado coach, so this makes me...
It makes me think that they're going to have that runner back at third.
Yeah, we can't see any. We can see hand motions and
facial expressions.
It doesn't look like it's going to go Colorado's way. We'll see.
No.
Nervous moments, as I think it's going to be catcher's interference.
Yeah, from the vibe of this conversation, I think they're going to send the runner back.
Well, he doesn't look as animated and upset as I thought he would be. This might be...
Are they going to...
a rule check.
Are they...
I mean, if you're the umpires here, you take as much time as you need to get this call right.
Yeah, now they're going to talk to the Wyoming squad. Can you protest a game? I'm very confused here. Maybe we'll get an explanation. Hold on.
As we're getting a discussion here with probably, that's actually the other umpire, that's Craig Mills in the black t-shirt and shorts talking with Nick Stevens and home plate umpire Josh Henwood.
Yeah, from the vibe of the dugout, it seems like catcher's interference. And
yeah,
now
that would be my guess, but now the real question is, do they allow the play to play out? Because if you're Colorado, if you get a choice, you take the run. As actually, we can do a quick Google search. not sure, and we don't want to say any false information on the air. I was kind of just looking through what popped up when I Googled it. We also got to make sure that it's the American Legion rules. What popped up first was Little League, as obviously that doesn't apply here. It's a tense situation. The umpire is making sure they get it right.
If the ball is put in play and all runners, including the batter, advance at least one base, then the play continues without further reference.
Only issues, that's Little League.
Correct, but still, this is...
This is a long conversation, and
yeah, they're going to try and discuss what's going on here.
yeah. Looks like they're going to explain to the Cheyenne side. You know, we hear from the crowd both sides of what the rule is, and, you know, very clearly Cheyenne side saying that play is dead, runner stays put. Colorado side saying that the play continues, and obviously kind of goes back and forth with what each side wants. For the players, you got to be ready to go.
This is
regardless.
This is honestly getting to the point where it's taking a little too long, too. I understand they got to explain it. I want them to get it right, but it's just...
Yeah, you understand the situation and the magnitude.
It's just tough for these players because you're sitting here just wondering. You don't know if the game is tied. You don't know if the game is, if Colorado's taking the lead. There's a lot of questions, and it's tough for the players on their side.
If you're players in the field, I think you have to mentally prepare for the worst-case scenario each side. If you're Colorado, you mentally prepare for that play being taken back. If you're the Sixers, you mentally prepare for that run scoring.
Why don't we just do this? Go back to the situation. The ball was hit. There was catcher's interference called. It did land in fair territory as a base hit. The run came on to score, and the runner advanced to first. They then called time and sent the runner back to third and the runner to first. So as of right now, we have the bases loaded, 1 out, tied at 5-5. He scores.
And it looks like they're going to allow that run to come across.
Yeah, so 6-5.
6-5, and they took their time to get it right to make sure they had it right. As now Colorado has come all the way back to take a 6-5 lead. If you're the Sixers, though, you have to shut the door here. You cannot allow that to bother you. It continues to bother you as this catcher's interference that goes down as an E2. As this is Dylan Rubenstein, 0 for 4, looking to change that with one swing. As Pearson comes set, delivers the pitch. Fastball, called strike, top of the zone, 0-1. So if that is catcher's interference, it is an E2. But if you're the Sixers, we talked about a lot with Colorado on the mound that you want to shut the door here as the comeback's going to be tough enough. So that one's popped out of play. 0-2.
Yeah, if you're Colorado, you know the bats that Cheyenne has. You got to be wanting every single run you could possibly get at this moment.
It'll be Coates, Camarade, Crecelius due up in the bottom of the 7th inning. As Pearson comes set, holds the chest. Fires home the 0-2. It's fouled straight back as Rubenstein got just enough of that one. Keep it alive, 0-2. 5 runs have come across here in the inning. 6-5 on the T7 Propane scoreboard as Colorado stormed all the way back. Comes set, the pitch. Misses high, 1-2.
It's just been good ABs all day long for this Colorado squad. And we told them, 11 stranded, soon enough the bats are going to come through. I didn't know it would take till the 7th, but it just took that long.
Absolutely. Comes set. Fires home the 1-2. Misses low, 2-2. 2-2 the count, 1 out. Comes set. Checks that runner in second. The pitch. On the ground down the third base line. That's going to go foul, 2-2. Want to remind you that we have still one more game left to play. As a team out of, or the Service Alaska team will play the Eugene, Oregon team. Coming up after this one. Was originally scheduled for 7 o'clock, because I don't know if we're going to stick to that schedule. Game
Probably
might
not.
be pushed back as we're approaching 6:30. Comes set. The 2-2. In the dirt as now the runners are going to advance to second and third with 1 out. As Rubenstein is the 9th batter to bat in this inning. Hayden Saunders led this inning off with an infield single. Pearson looks in. Infield in. The 3-2 pitch. On the ground to short. It's over the head of Coates and into left field. 1 run scores. Here comes the second run. He will score as well. The throw to second is not in time. As Rubenstein with a 2 RBI single puts Colorado on top 8-5 on the T7 Propane scoreboard here in the top of the 7th inning. Is now 7 runs across here in the 7th.
That's the way to do it. Just put a chopper on the ground. You got the infield in. If you can hit a ball in play, good things can happen. And now you've got a little bit of breathing room as well in the bottom half coming up.
As we get time called. You get a visit on the mound. Let's recap what has happened here in the inning. 5-1 is where we stood at the end of 6. Colorado. Infield single to start. They get a walk. Then a hit by pitch that loaded the bases. Corey Preeb singled out to left field. An error would allow another run to score. As we get a strikeout, Caden Bate would get a single. That would draw the game to 1 as we're going to get a pitching change. And then after that, Jude Miller on a fielder's choice tied the game. Then we had catcher's interference to put Colorado on top, followed by Rubenstein extending that lead with an RBI single as he advances second on the throws. We're going to take a quick break. You're watching a Ready Services presentation of 2024 Northwest Regional online at mylocalradio.com, all a part of the My Local Radio Sports Network.
Farming requires working with the right equipment. At Covelo Auto Farm Service, you will find the right size tractor, tractor accessories, cattle chutes, and calf corrals for all your farming needs. Covelos has all your auto needs as well. From fluids to belts to protection for your hands, they've got you covered. Covelos also offers a service center for your truck and tractors in one convenient location. Covelos is your one-stop farm and auto shop. Stop in and see them today at 80 Reese Road in Lyman. Covelos Auto Farm Service.
There are 3 things you can always be sure of when you get your tires from Freeway Tire in Evanston. First, they offer a price match guarantee on any published price. Second, whether you're driving across the state for a sporting event or you're just driving around town, you can feel confident knowing that you have top quality tires that have been installed by tire experts. And third, you're always appreciated by the owners and staff at Freeway Tire. It's reflected in the friendly service you receive every time you visit. Freeway Tire, quality tires and great service. Stop in today, 217 Bear River Drive, Evanston.
When you have an appointment with the dentist, it's reassuring to know that you're going to be seen by experienced, well-trained professionals. At Bear River Dental in Evanston, Dr. Lester, Dr. Owens, and Dr. Welch check every box. Plus, they're really nice people. Their passion to provide excellent dental care is reflected in everything from state-of-the-art equipment to professional, hardworking staff. Choose the professionals at Bear River Dental, serving patients of all ages. Call today to schedule an appointment.
Welcome back inside the Union broadcast booth. Everything else is just internet. As we got further explanation of that play, is that it was called dead. So you were right in the sense that it's supposed to be played out, but because it was called dead, you know, you have to send the you have to stop everything, and they kind of came to a compromise. So that's really what happened. Is the play was supposed to be played out, but that's just what happened in the game. Hayden Swain on the mound. First pitch misses inside, 1-0. As this is Caden Saunders, as you had an infield single to start this inning off. Just a little update on what was called. Swain comes set, the 1-0. On the outside corner, 1-1. Eight to 5 on the T7 Propane scoreboard. It's an opportunity for this Colorado team to pile on as that one ricochets off the catcher, off the batter, stays in front, so the runner on second has to stay put. A little bit of a break there for the Sixers. Two and one the count. Comes set, holds the belt. The 2-1 pitch. Fouled straight back, 2-2. If you're swinging on the mound here, you want to shut the door. 3-run comeback's going to be hard in the bottom of the 7th, but we've seen crazier comebacks here in the inning.
Yeah. Didn't expect 7 runs on the top of the 7th.
Comes set, the pitch. So that misses inside, 2-2. Just a reminder that it'll be Coates, Camarade, and Crecelius due up in the bottom of the 7th. When we get there, that pitch misses high as that's a walk issued. As Colton Beetleman due up, he walked earlier in the inning. He is 1 for 2, pair of walks in the contest. It's for the Sixers. You're just looking for any way to get the outs, to get out of this inning. Comes set. The pitch. High and away. Ball 1. Some defensive changes. Pearson back out to left. Anthony Pacheco out in left. Crecelius moves to first. Pearson out. Center the pitch. The outside corner, 0-1. I take the back. Trying to see who that is over at first. It
was one of the outfielders. I remember that.
I think Reinsdorfer.
It was the right fielder, whoever was in right.
So we'll get more information on that. We'll pass it along. Comes set. The 1-1. On the outside corner for a strike, 1-2. One and two the count to Beetleman. Batter from the left-handed batter's box. Comes set. The 1-2. Swing and a miss. Got him with a fastball in the outer third for out number 2. That'll bring up Easy Campos as he was hit by a pitch earlier in the inning. He is 1 for 2. A walk and a hit by pitch to his credit as well. Swain will come set. Kicks and deals the pitch. On the ground to third. Tafoya steps on the bag at third, as that'll do it for us here in the top of the 7th inning. Move ahead to the bottom of the 7th inning. Sixers have some work to do. They trail 8-5 on the T7 Propane scoreboard as you're watching a Ready Services presentation of the 2024 Northwest Regional Tournament online at mylocalradio.com, all a part of the My Local Radio Sports Network.
High school sports. We love it. We support it. We're your #1 fan. Trona Valley is your local credit union, and we're proud to invest in relationships that go far beyond banking. We're proud to invest in the lives of our young members and their love for sports. You are champions in our community, and we're here to support you all the way, on a court, on the field, or elsewhere. Together, let's develop lifelong successful financial habits. You're awesome. Trona Valley, member NCUA. TronaValley.com. We're here for you.
The strategic plan for Una County School District Number 4 states, through collaboration with the entire learning community, our mission is to instill problem-solving skills in our students that will translate to a rapidly changing global environment. We work to accomplish this by constantly improving student achievement, improving student academic and behavioral skills with a district that operates efficiently and effectively. Uinta County School District Number 4, excellence in teaching, opportunity through learning.
Welcome back inside the Union broadcast booth. Everything else is just internet. As I was wrong, it's going to be Camarade, Crecelius, Tafoya due up here in the bottom of the 7th inning. His coach was the last out of the 6th. Camarade to the box. Miller into the windup. First pitch. Misses high and away. Ball 1. And you know, with that long half inning, Jace, I don't want to say saving grace, but Miller's had to sit. So if you're the Sixers, that could be something that comes into play. The pitch.
Miller's had to sit and he's had to bat. He's done a lot of things in the past little bit, and immediately has had 2 balls. They're going to go out there and talk to him.
I was going to say, the only thing he hasn't been able to really do is throw. But they're going to have Miller take a deep breath. I wonder if they're going to go to a pitching change right away. Nope. It's just going to be a talk real quick, as both coaches are going to talk to their players. You have to imagine for the bottom of the order here, as you two, the 2 runs, like you like to say, just a number. You need 3, so you need runners on. So in a 2-0 count, you're probably automatically taking a strike or taking until you get one.
Yeah, with 2-0, you need base runners before you can start to think about all that. Now, obviously, 3 runs is where you're like, okay, it's a safe situation in theory. Obviously, it's not because Miller's back out there from the last situation, but you know that's kind of what the vibe is. And so you think, okay, I got to get on, and then we can have the tying run in the on-deck circle. But your goal is to get on base, whether it's walk, hit by pitch, doesn't matter. Get on.
Into the windup, the pitch misses inside, 3-0. And I want to harp back to the Sixers' last at-bat. We've talked about some of the plays that defensively led to Colorado falling behind. Let's talk about the play by Campos at first and the play at third. The pitch is a strike on the outside corner, 0-1. Those plays are huge in the game, too, because those come in runs for the Sixers. As you know, good defense gave Colorado the ability to come back in this one. Here comes the 3-1 pitch. Misses low, ball 4.
A couple of nice catches on the corner infielders, and if they don't make those catches, well, you kind of did the math, and, you know, what-if games are always fun to play, so a run would have come into play at least. You're talking at least, you know, 6 runs for Cheyenne right now instead of just 5.
As Anthony Pacheco will bat in place of Colin Crecelius. As he's in the game in left field, first pitch strike on the outside corner, 0-1. Miller comes set, delivers the pitch, swinging and a miss, 0-2. Tafoya on deck. Camarade gets his lead off. The pitch. On the ground, right side, slow roller as Beetleman fields, fires across to first in time for out number 1.
Well, it's not a double play, but that still works well, as that, again, runner on second does not matter in this situation.
Yeah, for Fort Collins, you just want outs any way you can get them. So bring up Mason Tafoya. Runner on second. If Tafoya were to get a single, if you're the outfielders for this Colorado team, you're probably going to want to go into second base.
Yeah, I just heard the yell from the dugout, cut two, so they're not going to worry about that guy. If he scores, cool. Your worry is Tafoya getting to second.
Tafoya's 2 for 4, had an RBI single in the second. Comes set. Fires home, the pitch to Tafoya. Popped up. On the infield, long run for Rubenstein. As he overruns it, it's going to fall in. As now the tying run to the plate in the form of Landon McAnally.
That's huge right there. Now a breath of fresh air here for Cheyenne. You thought 2 outs, 1 runner on. Instead, you still have the 1 out and 2 runners on.
Yeah, McAnally to the plate.
Left on left.
0 for 3 with a walk, first pitch strike. In the outside corner, 0-1, as Miller's kind of settled in after a little bit of early wildness in the inning. That's kind of to be expected when you sit for about what felt like 30 minutes and a half inning. Pitch misses outside, 1-1. You know, kind of in the makeup of this lineup, Swain, the 4-hole hitter, he's in the hole. You don't want to see him with a potential game-winning run. He's got a lot of power. Pitch misses low. 2-1. The runner on second there in Camarade got a little adventurous off the bag, but he stayed put, and ultimately that's the right decision because you getting the third doesn't matter that much as the tying runs at the plate. 2-1. Fouled straight back, 2-2.
Big pitch coming here. 2 balls, 2 strikes. McAnally understands that he's a tying run, so you would really like to just put the ball in play and see what happens.
Comes set. 2-2 pitch. Misses high and inside. 3-2. As now another big pitch in the game. So if McAnally reaches, now the tying run's on base. And we've seen with everything that's happened today, it can be an adventure no matter what happens. The 3-2 hits him. Ball, would have been ball 4. It hit McAnally, and now the game-tying run is standing on first base. The game-ending run standing at the plate in the form of Nolan Horton.
Yeah, you got the situation here where bases are loaded with the tying run at first. So you got to worry about that guy most importantly. If you have a chance to make sure he doesn't get an extra bag, you do that.
Into the windup, first pitch to Horton. Swing and a tip into the glove for strike 1 as Horton tried to put a pretty good swing on that pitch.
Yeah, he reared up and was ready to hit that into the gap.
If you're McAnally on first, you have to get a good read on a ball in the gap. The 0-1. Fouled straight back, 0-2. Hayden Swain stands on deck.
The drama is here. You can't feel it.
7 runs scored in the top of the 7th to take the lead. Opportunity for the Sixers here. The 0-2. Swing and a miss. Got him with a fastball top of the zone for out number 2. As that'll bring up Hayden Swain, arguably the one player in the Sixers lineup that could end the game with one swing. Miller looking to finish this one. First pitch. Outside, ball 1. Swain back in. The windup, the pitch. Misses low. Good stop behind the plate by Stanovich. Because not only if that run comes in, that ball gets away, the tying run goes to second.
That's the more important note, where a base hit would score him.
Into the windup, delivers the 2-0. Swing, fly ball, deep left field. Sodders going back, got some room as he's going to make the play as the Colorado team comes from down 7 and ends up winning this game 8-5 on the T7 Propane scoreboard as we will have a new region champion. As when we come back, we will wrap it all up as you're watching a Ready Services presentation of the 2024 Northwest Regional Tournament online at mylocalradio.com. All a part of the My Local Radio Sports Network.
Growing up is all about having your independence. And Y-High is here to help you gain real financial freedom with a Y-High Independence Account. With an emphasis on education, growth, and experience, the Y-High Independence Account prepares you to handle your own finances, so you're ready for what life throws your way. We're talking no parent or legal guardian required on your account, no risk of collections or negative reporting, and no overdraft fees. Find your independence with a Y-High Independence Account today.
Ready is committed to providing superior services to our customers by requiring individual accountability for excellence in quality, safety, and dependability. We are a growing company that is currently hiring across Wyoming, Colorado, Texas, Nevada, Idaho, and elsewhere. Our valued team members receive competitive wages, full benefits, and weekly pay. Interested in joining our team? Visit ReadyUSA.com. We are ready.
WattSmart is Rocky Mountain Power's energy efficiency program. WattSmart provides rebates to residential customers for energy efficiency upgrades made around the home. Devices and appliances that use electricity in your home can usually be made more efficient, and that can save you money and energy. When you decide to make upgrades, we have rebates available for you. Visit wattsmarthomes.com today.
Welcome back inside the Union broadcast booth. 8-5. Colorado wins this one in comeback fashion. On the T7 Propane scoreboard, let's go over the Final score of this one, Colorado opened the scoring 1-0 in the second inning, as they would not score again, but the Sixers put up 1 in the second, 1 in the fourth, as that would do it for their scoring. 7 in the seventh inning, 8-5. That's how that would finish, as bases loaded with 2 outs. A fly out to about 15 feet in front of the warning track ends this one. As for the victorious team out of Fort Collins, it is 8 runs on 9 hits, 5 errors, as they leave, get this, 14 men on base.
Oh my goodness. You win with that too.
Absolutely.
You won with that.
For the Sixers, it's 5 runs on 4 hits, 1 error. They strand with those final 3 runs, they strand 12. As a lot of base runners in this game, it just kind of came down to the 1 inning at the end where Colorado team ends up winning this one 8-5. A T7 Propane scoreboard scoring 7 in the 7th to win this one in shocking comeback fashion.
Yeah, and credit to Colorado team, because up until this point, they had scored 4 runs in the entire tournament. Absolutely. You want to go before the 7th inning, they scored 5 runs in the entire tournament. They doubled their run total in the entire tournament in 1/2 inning.
Absolutely. As that is your Jimmy John's Freaky Fast recap. Actually, winning pitcher in this matchup is Jude Miller, as he came on in the 3rd inning, shut the door completely. He allows 0 runs on 4 hits, walked a pair, pitched 4 2/3 innings and picks up the win. Losing pitcher is Braden Pearson, as he'll take the loss on the mound, as he allowed 2 runs in his 3rd inning of work, as that'll do it for our Jimmy John's Freaky Fast recap. Let's go to our Dr. McKay Franklin Precision play of the game. And, we talked about a couple of different plays. You could pick that fly out, just making the routine play out there in left field for the left fielder, Souders.
I think the big play may have been the grab by Campos at first on that dive.
Absolutely, as that could have possibly been a run, as that's going to be our Dr. McKay Franklin Precision play of the game. As we go to our Pepsi player of the game, and for that, it's none other than the winning pitcher for this Colorado team, Jude Miller. Without him, who knows what could have happened, as he came in and did his job, put up 0s the rest of the way, and he earns himself a win on the mound.
Yeah, it's a big aspect of this game to never feel like you're out of it. And given they knew the situation, they threw probably what was their best guy in Jude Miller, and he really shut the door. A great job to him, and a great job to this Colorado team for never saying no. Even top of the 7th, you're down by 4 runs. You haven't scored any runs since the 2nd inning. You've had a lot of guys on base, but you haven't been able to push them across. And they just have the mindset that it just takes one of us, and then it just takes another, and then it goes and goes and goes. You move the line, and here we are.
So we have the matchup set for tomorrow. We just don't have the time set for tomorrow. The matchups will be it'll be the Eugene Challengers taking on the Fort Collins team out of Colorado. The other matchup will be the Alaska team taking on Billings, who was victorious earlier in the day. The next game will be for what time these 2 teams play. The winning team will play their game in the later game, as we have a time change to tomorrow's matchups. Game 1, 12 p.m. Game 3, 3 p.m. Winner of this game will play their opponent at 3 p.m. as we have about 50 minutes until the start of our next game between the team out of Service, Alaska, and the team from Eugene, Oregon. Aaron Poling and Jace Andrews for Dan Hubbard as well. We appreciate everyone tuning in. Until next time, we are signing off.
The proceeding has been a wholly owned production of MyLocalRadio.com and Cook Brothers Broadcasting, LLC. No portion of which may be used or rebroadcast without the express written consent of Cook Brothers Broadcasting, LLC. Thank you for joining us for this sports presentation on MyLocalRadio.com.